or go to HarmonSolar.com. Harmon Solar is an REC certified solar professional.
Hi, I'm Steve.
And I'm Felicia.
We're the hosts of the show, Drive Friendly.
With Steve's 40 years of experience, you're going to get the real insider information about the automotive industry. And I'll be interviewing local celebrities and experts so you can be informed and live your very best life.
Laugh and learn with Steve, Felicia, and the gang. You'll be smarter for listening. Drive Friendly, 10 a.m. Saturday mornings on 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
500 apiece, you go to that fine for 502 apiece. What that's what I had that 150.
The best weekly auction is right here in Arizona. It's only a click of the mouse away from great deals on almost everything. Visit liquidateaz.com for weekly auctions on everyday household items, antiques from around the world, sports and non-sports cards, memorabilia and autographs, comic books, comic character collectibles, Native American, pots, jewelry, rugs, and sterling silver. Liquidateaz.com weekly auctions is the place for great deals and works of art, gold and silver, coins and U.S. currency, gold and sterling jewelry, vintage LP vinyl records, vintage electronics, ham radio, RC cars, planes, and boats. Interested in antique clocks, watches, and timepieces, or a wide variety of sports equipment, including hunting, fishing lures, poles, and gear. How about military collectibles, medals, uniforms, or helmets? All at liquidateaz.com. Looking to liquidate an estate? Liquidateaz.com can help with estate sales and consignment services. Liquidateaz.com for information.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard makes it possible for me to be more for the community I call home. I'm a better neighbor because my service has taught me how important it is to be a team player. My training helps me in my classes when I give attention to detail to the task at hand. My service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my country safe from threats. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time by visiting NationalGuard.com.
Sponsored by the Arizona Army National Guard. Aired by the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
Okay, you're back to dining out, but there's dining and there's dinnertainment. Get ready for an amazing dining experience like none you've ever had at Kasai Japanese Steakhouse in Scottsdale. When it comes to Asian cuisine, nobody does it better or more authentic than Kasai, where talented teppan chefs create the food, the fire, and the fun of teppanyaki. Choose from over 30 different items and combinations of teppanyaki, Asian fusion, and innovative sushi. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse. It's not just dinner, it's dinnertainment. A memorable dining experience where delicious 7-course meals prepared right at your table with flair. It's a perfect choice for celebrations, date nights, or a night on the town. Happy hour is always on fire and offered daily with specials on teppanyaki, sushi, cocktails, and more. Book your night of fun right now. Visit KasaiScottsdale.com. That's KASAI Scottsdale.com or call 480-607-1114. That's 480-607-1114. We'll see you there.
It's party time in Cleveland.
The city isn't celebrating a pro sports championship.
Do they even have pro sports championships in Cleveland?
Anyway, the NFL has chosen Cleveland to host the 2021 NFL Draft, and your exclusive home of the NFL is all over it.
Like a rash between your thighs on a warm summer day.
It's the NFL Draft Live, April 29th on your exclusive home for the NFL and Super Bowl 56, 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic.
The Tampa Bay Bucks, Super Bowl 55.
Super Bowl 55 is in the history books, but we aren't kicking up our feet and waiting. The 2021 season has begun.
And there's already been a lot of action.
Because the NFL never takes a nap.
Free agency, pro days, hirings and firings, the draft, training camp, and more.
We will keep you in the know with all the news, insights, and analysis.
Football is always in season here.
Your exclusive home for the NFL and Super Bowl 56,
1580 and 99.3.
The Fanatic.
KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
everybody. It's Monday here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Phil there, and we're all in the Hartman Solar Studio in Scottsdale. You guys are on the Summit Mail Medical Text line, 888-368-1580. Yes, what a weekend it was. Holy moly, so much stuff happened over the weekend. I don't even know where to begin. But first, I'm going to address some of the texts on the text line because they will be relevant very soon. Mr. Wilbur says, is it a full week? Or are you guys exiting early on Thursday and Friday because of the draft? Yes and no. Here's what's going on. It turns out we on Thursday, we actually get to go enjoy the draft because what we're going to do, this was just decided.
Yeah.
The nice people over at Vision, the betting people.
Yeah, the Vision folks.
The Vision.
Yeah. Brett Nussberger,
I saw
the guys in the desert.
Yes, I saw them on WandaVision.
So all of the Vision, WandaVision, and what else was he called? Jarvis.
White Vision.
Yeah, and okay. No need to get racist.
Anyway,
so the Vision people, the betting people, my guys in the desert, Brent Musburger, all those guys, they're doing a big old thing. And since betting is about to be legal here in Arizona, we thought, wow, we should see how these guys do with the prop bets and stuff like that. And it's supposed to be a really good broadcast, and it does exactly what I hoped it would do. It gives us an hour off.
Well, yeah.
So suck
like
it, morning show.
Yep.
Anyway, that's what's happening on Thursday. But on Friday, we'll just do a normal show, and if anything interesting happens, we'll tell you. So that is the plan right now. So all you degenerate gamblers at 5 p.m. on Thursday, stay tuned because I think it's going to be a good show. And let's be honest, if we did the draft, if we did even the first hour of the draft, here's what occurred to me. Cardinals pick is not coming until later, right?
Well, yeah.
As of right now, as it stands.
Yeah, well, we wouldn't even be on for it. Colts pick far down the line. I mean, it just, I don't know. I mean, what are we going to do? We're going to clown on it. It was just going to be us making jokes for the entire time. So
we can live announce the Denver Broncos pick and
nobody
who will lead the franchise moving forward.
So, and that's even worse. So what we have decided is we're just going to let some grown-ups handle it, and we get to just, drink some whiskey, watch some draft, and enjoy it. So that's what's going to happen there.
Well, that sounds like a fortuitous Thursday afternoon for us, Jeffco.
Yeah, and it's something that will aggravate the morning show. So there's a plus.
Well, that's always a plus. Yeah,
many pluses here with having those guys take care of our draft coverage.
Yeah, we can't be called part-timers if we work full-time.
Yeah.
So,
well, we work full time. It's just what aggravates people in the morning show is whether we are on air or not on air. We get paid full freight.
Yeah.
Part of the reason is because of what we do else. I've been up since 4:00 in the morning dealing with this radio station and another radio station with their computer issues and stuff. So don't tell me I'm a part-timer, pal.
Yeah.
Don't tell me that. I'm exhausted and I could say anything on this show right now.
Oh, yeah. I've got my finger ready and waiting on the dump button.
I'm dangerous. Ooh. By the way, look down there. Since that power outage we had, did anybody hit the activate button and shows it to 7 seconds of delay?
I do see 7 seconds.
Okay, then we're good. We're good. Yeah. A lot of times people forget that, and that makes it absolutely useless if you're sitting there on zeros. So anyway, so there you go. That's what's happening for our draft. Boomer Sooner says, good day, gentlemen. Sooners had the big spring game over the weekend, had a transfer from Tennessee. Last name is Gray. Guy was lights out. Do people left and right? DBZ couldn't tackle. That's between our problem in the past anyway. Boomer Sooner.
Boomer Sooner.
All right.
Boomer.
King of Kitten says, hey guys, sup? Beautiful day.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, it is
it's
beautiful.
The last beautiful day you are going to get for about 6 months.
It is the last grasp of the winter freeze here in the valley. The cold, chilly fingers of winter trying to hold on, and spring is springing forth, and summer is almost here. But winter is trying to hold on.
So, Randy, you feel like giving us a weather report to tell us exactly how hot and how bad things are about to get over the next couple of weeks?
Well, absolutely. I can do that from the 1580, the Fanatic Weather Center. Chief Meteorologist Randy White here. Don't get used to this cloud cover and a slight, and I say slight chance of thunder boomers later on today. It gets a little warmer tomorrow, 72 for the high tomorrow. Wednesday back up to sunshine, 81, 91 Thursday. 97 Friday. And by Saturday, ladies and gentlemen, we're predicting triple digits, 100 degrees in the valley.
Oh, yeah.
With overnight lows still in the about 70s, mid-60s, upper 50s range. Currently downtown, 75 degrees, 75 here in the beautiful North Phoenix, North Scottsdale campus of the great and powerful flamethrower 1580 The Fanatic from the 1580 The Fanatic Weather Center. Chief meteorologist Randy White. Back to you, Jeff Cope.
Thank you, Randy. Oh, boy. Can't wait. You know what? That's great. 100-degree temperatures just in time for the weekend.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Fan-bleeping-tastic.
Yeah.
All right.
Saturday 100, 97 on Sunday, 90 Monday. Yeah. Back up to the mid-90s all next week. So, yeah. It's here.
Terrific.
It's here.
Navy Brad says, happy Monday, gents. Cowboy Sparky. We're going to talk about that here in just a little bit. I'll get back to you. Mr. Pringle says, master the little things, huh? Doesn't this imply that Kyler? Whoa, okay. There's a headline that says, Kyler Murray says Arizona Cardinals must master the little things to win. And no, I do not believe that just means he pleasures himself, Mr. Pringle.
No.
Mr. Pink Eye says, can't you guys do some spring cleaning on Thursday? Should we ask Radio Ron? I love that you guys think we don't do anything.
Yeah.
Are you seriously getting a problem with my audio?
No, there's a little bit of
just a little,
you know.
but
you just wanted to rub your nipples.
Yeah, it was
Phil
there.
hasn't rubbed his nipples in some time.
Yes.
I just saw him. And by the way,
an entire
he
weekend
agreed that that's not how we're handling that.
Yes,
Well,
you agreed on that.
You and I agreed to it, but I don't know that Filthy Phil agreed to that. So
Jen never got me the email. That could be in part due to her funeral.
I'm pretty sure we're going to end up firing Phil. I think that's going to become a thing.
Could be.
It might even be a daily thing. I don't know. 888-368-1580. So, yes, it was a wonderful weekend of sports for the most part. By the way, before we start, today is National Pretzel Day.
Okay.
Did you know that?
No. Pretzel bun? Does that count as well?
Without looking, can you tell me when they were invented?
Pretzels?
1912.
That is incorrect.
1876.
You can't just start guessing numbers.
1749.
You got one guess, Randy. You've already made it.
Damn it.
And without Google, Phil. Without
Google, I'm going to go 1617.
No, you're all wrong. 610. 610 AD after Durant. Yeah, no, 610 AD. They were made by this Italian monk who would reward children for learning how to do their prayers. And in the 17th century, people thought, well, that's cool. This pretzel thing looks like a heart. So then they would use that as like, I love you. Instead of flowers and a box of chocolates, they give you a pretzel, which I think is pretty damn good. I wouldn't mind having a pretzel instead of a box of chocolates.
Listen, nothing I like better than some milk chocolatey covered pretzels.
Ooh, even better. Mix those two things together. Throw a little peanut butter in there.
We need to have a pretzel day around here.
Absolutely.
Someday soon.
Yeah.
Hey, well, today would have been pretzel day if I hadn't been up since 4 o'clock in the morning and now stuck in front of the computer.
So, Jeffrey, what time did you get going today?
Shut up. So the 1800s is when pretzels became like popular, and now we all love them. So with your pretzels, what do you like? What do you like when you're at the ballpark? Pretzels with some salt on it, a little mustard to dip it in. What do you like?
Miss Kim likes a pretzel. I'm not a big pretzel guy. I like to have the brat, in the bun, a little kraut on there, some mustard.
This has nothing to do with pretzels.
Hold on. The pretzel bun is absolutely exquisite. Exquisite.
I'll be honest. I'd rather just have the damn pretzel. Don't give me a pretzel bun. I don't need to mix two different kinds of things. I mean, listen, I have enjoyed a pretzel bun, but I'd rather just have the damn pretzel. Give me a pretzel. And I like to have a little thing of mustard, dip that pretzel in there. I'm happy as a clam. Although I end up doing this. You ever do that? Flicking off the salt because there's way too much salt on them pretzels.
No. For me, there can't be enough salt.
I feel like I feel like I'm going to stroke out sitting there at a ball game.
You feel your arteries just start to just swell up.
Yeah, I I've noticed. I think I might have high blood pressure now because I know it's a form of tinnitus, but I've started to hear occasionally a whooshing in this ear. Ooh. And what that is my heartbeat. And when you can hear your heartbeat in your ear, they say, well, it's just a form of tinnitus. There's nothing you can do about it. But it comes and goes. So it makes me think, maybe I've got the high blood pressure.
Better go get that checked, Jeff. Go.
Yeah. Well, what I do know is I love pretzels with a little bit of salt and a nice little bit of mustard, and I'm all good. So how about you, Phil? You like big pretzels, little pretzels? What kind of pretzels you liking?
I'm a pretty big fan of pretzels. Outside of the ballpark, I really I never like those really rock hard outsides and just spongy insides. I prefer like the ever so hard and chiseled outside crust.
So instead of hard and soft inside, you want the hard and chiseled.
Yes.
Are we still talking about pretzels?
I think we are.
And I like to dip it in butter.
All right. Well, I'm really sorry to ask now. 888-368-1580. Do you like the pretzels? How do you like your pretzels? I'm just kind of curious what everybody else likes. I like the little pretzels, but if I start eating those too much, my mouth feels wrong. You know what I mean? Like, and I just like the big.
Well, everything in moderation, Jeffco. Everything in moderation. You can't have 8 or 12 of those pretzels, and feel good about yourself.
No, I'm not talking about the big ones. I'm talking about the little ones. I can sit there and eat
I see what you're
a whole
saying.
bag of those things. They're cheap too. That's what I like about those. Those are cheap.
They are cheap.
Let's see. Large Marg says, okay, I'm getting to that very soon. Trust me. Cabana. I wish we could have a phone call about that. So why don't you give me permission to call you on the phone later? How's that? And we'll work that out. Papa, it's about a donation for Arizona Sports. Papa Mike says, finally, hundreds are close. It's been chilly out here when I'm hiking.
Yeah, no kidding. I'm sure you've had to bundle up these brisk Arizona spring mornings, but it's about over, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, your hiking kit, water bottles, a GPS, a little compass, maybe a little solar panel thing, and a blinker.
The hell is solar panel for?
Well, in case you lose power up there.
What do you?
Why do you need power if you're hiking?
Right.
You don't need power. You should have plenty of power in your phone because when you're hiking, you should be enjoying nature, not sitting there playing with your phone all the way up the hill.
That's how you get airdropped out of the mountains.
And that's how you also get bit by rattlesnakes if you're not paying attention.
Aha!
So,
aha!
Lacrosse guy says, my wife bought some cauliflower pretzels. Not too bad, actually. I had cauliflower mashed potatoes once, and they weren't too bad. If somebody plopped those in my and said, hey, that's cauliflower mashed potatoes, I'd be like, all right. Make sure I have an assault. Okay, he's rubbing his nipples again. Is there a problem?
There was a drop out there. Nothing significant. He's just letting you know that there was a dropout.
Okay, Phil, stop doing it. Unless we are currently experiencing a problem that I should deal with, stop doing that.
So if you drop out, just remain unmassaged and nippled.
Just a little blip is you can tell me
So
it's a
just
break, but yeah, no, don't even rub the nipple. Just wait till the break and you just tell me.
And rub the nipples.
If I'm in big trouble, I thought we remembered you were going to do like one of these things, like, like hand signals.
How about Mickey Mouse? That's what we used to use in baseball. That was the fake bunt slap there, whatever it was.
No, not by your nipples, Phil. By your ears.
It's like you're speaking a different language. I can't even understand what you want.
Wow. Granny, you were like 2 seconds away from taking over that room.
All right.
Just be ready for
All right, I'm ready.
As
a matter of fact, let me start heading that way now.
Well, let's just give him a chance before we do that.
All right, I'll stay here then.
Fish Tank says the little pretzels with as much salt as will stick, please. That's what he likes.
Wow. Very salty pretzels then. Yes.
I can't imagine. All right, let's talk about all the stuff that happened over the weekend. Yes, as stated, we know the Diamondbacks sweep and the Suns weep. But first, I want to talk about what happened at UFC 261. Now, of course, I didn't pay for that because I didn't realize it was going to be such an amazing night. But I saw the videos as God intended on the YouTube. And let me tell you something. Some wild stuff happened. First, let's talk about Chris Weidman. I don't ever know how to say his name. Anyway, he broke his damn leg kicking a guy.
Wow.
I mean, like, and in several places, he's like, I'll show you something. Bow, boom, on the ground. It's over. Broke his leg, broke his tibia.
Wow.
He says they had to put his tibia back together and straighten out his leg. The fibula was sort of had to be matched. The whole damn thing.
Wow.
He says, I'll be good to go in 6 to 12 months. Dude, don't do any more UFC. Be done. Because you can't kick people.
Was it like a big, serious break? Was it one of those ones, what do you call it, that goes through the skin there, like a green stick fracture or whatever you call it?
I didn't watch the video, to be honest, because once I heard one of the most horrific
snaps.
Breaks in UFC history.
Yeah.
I'm out. I don't need to see it. Don't want a picture of it. Don't want a video. I don't need that in my head.
So does he need to drink more milk? and build up that calcium, or what was going on there?
Weidman has osteoporosis, and they took him down. I don't know. It's a shame because he's one of these guys in UFC. Everybody likes him. He's a good guy, and all the respect in the world from all the other fighters. But I don't know. You can't say it's a freak thing. He threw a kick against Hall, and clank, it broke his leg.
Wow.
And so either your leg is up to it or it's not.
Well,
and clearly his is not, and he should never fight again.
Well, what's his name? Weidman? Sir, take some calcium tablets. I take calcium every day, and do some weight bearing exercises to build some new bone. There's your tip. Pro tip from me.
If they're in the UFC, can they get like a metal replacement? Is that actually explicitly illegal?
Yeah, that'd be cheating. You're like, he got this giant titanium leg, and all he does is kick people till they die.
Yeah.
I think that would be against any kind of the rules.
It's like they would. Plus, what kind of a nickname? They couldn't call him Cyborg. They couldn't call him, what would you call this guy?
The $50,000 man.
Crazy leg Weidman.
Chris. Yeah, his name is Chris Weidman. I don't know if I'm saying his name right, so I'm just going with Chris. Weidman. Kick you in the face and you die.
Maybe peg leg, depending on how bad it was.
Yeah, that's like here's the punchline to one of my favorite jokes from a million years ago. Peg leg. Would I? There you go. See, that's it's a punchline to an old joke.
You don't even need to tell the joke. Yeah.
Would I? Peg leg, and scene. Anyway, so don't go watch the video. If you like yourself, don't go watch the video of this guy's leg exploding in UFC 261.
Did he just go all rubberized all over the place? Is that what happened?
Oh,
I don't know. I won't watch it either, but I know it's horrific.
You were watching it. You watched it as it happened. Did you say?
No.
Oh,
I did not say that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I misunderstood. My bad.
We both misunderstood him, Randy.
What you watch that I watched was when Masvidal got knocked out. Hardcore. That was a hell of a punch right to the face, and he went down, and he went night. That is something you can watch. Don't watch the other guy.
Well, and I really thought Masvidal was the guy. I thought he was the baddest dude on the planet. But,
so did he.
But wow, yeah, he
Usman had other ideas.
Yeah, Usman put him down like a sack of potatoes, didn't he?
Yeah, it was done in the second round. Right hand punch right to the face. I mean, just like in the comic books, man. Plow, just took him down and out, and it was over. You got to perform surgery on Masvidal right there because he was perfectly out cold, and
and he had something else wrong, so he has to have surgery too.
No, I was saying you could have done surgery on him. He was so out because of the punch.
So what do they need to do the surgery about, Jeffrey?
Yeah, jeez. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
I don't understand.
Everybody, Mark Asher, about to tell you about my friends at Valley Medical Weight Loss. I love this company. I've used them. I have friends that have used them. A ton of weight has been lost in a quick amount of time, and the right way. That's the important part. Look, they have 3 Valley locations, Tempe, Glendale, and Phoenix. So one is close to you, and they've been doing this for well over a decade. And right now you can get your first week, $31.95, absolutely free. Just mention Money Radio or mention The Fanatic, and it is on them. 602-441-3305 or valleymedicalweightloss.com.
Well, I started my own restaurant because I love to cook. But that also means a lot of greasy pots and pans. And we can't waste time with endless sink changeovers. So we upgraded to Dawn Professional Pot and Pan.
Dawn Professional cleans 58% more pots and pans per sink than the leading competitor.
Less dish soap, fewer changeovers, and more time doing what we love.
Dawn Professional. It's clean. Upgraded. From P&G Professional.
Free speech is priceless. It is now 13 years since Summit Male Medical started helping men overcome the effects of erectile dysfunction, premature issues, and low testosterone. And the only way we could help was to be able to get the message out that we could help. Thank you, free speech. We've had to deal with these sensitive topics and inform the public that we can help and we guarantee to help with ED, or we won't charge you. These are issues that break apart relationships and then in turn families. And without freedom of speech, we would have not been able to help the tens and tens of thousands of guys here at Summit Male Medical. If you're one of the millions that still need help with ED, PE, or low T, call 480-398-1000 or go to summitmailmedical.com. Free speech. Ideas and information are not to be afraid of, but they should be discussed openly. So make that call to Summit Medical to start that discussion to get you the help you need. 480-398-1000 or go to summitmailmedical.com. We are here to help.
Thank goodness it seems like the worst is over, but is your business back to pre-COVID numbers? Hi, Bruce Jacobs here to invite you to take advantage of a great opportunity to promote that you are open and ready to serve. With our affordable Open for Business advertising package, you'll only spend hundreds but reach thousands of potential new customers. Just go to 1580thefanatic.com and click on the link for Open for Business package. This offer will not last long. The Open for Business package on 1580 The Fanatic. Now let's all get back to business.
It's the greatest spectacle in racing. Speed of 230 miles per hour. 200 laps. 500 miles.
Only one driver takes home the Borg-Warner Trophy and gets the icy cold drink of milk in victory lane.
For 105 years, it has been a Memorial Day tradition. The Indianapolis 500. Hear it live, May 30th, on your home for the Indy 500, 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. If you're watching us on the YouTube, you see Randy rocking out, rocking hard.
Yeah.
Of course, his epic goatee thing he's got going on there.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Makes it even more heavy metal.
Majestic.
Yeah. Are we going to tell the story behind that, or are we just going to kind of keep that one to ourselves?
That's going to be a quiet one.
Okay, but it's epic. 888-368-1580. All right, let's get some texts in here. King of Kenton says cauliflower pizza. Yeah, that crust is yuck.
I love cauliflower pizza.
Says, wait, Rafael Nadal fights in the UFC? I thought he was a tennis player. Nobody ever said anything about Rafael or Nadal. What are you talking about? All right, so let's talk about the next thing. We've covered Masvidal getting his ass whooped pretty good. We talked about Chris Weidman breaking the hell out of his leg. Let's see what else happened this weekend. Oh, that's right, Talladega. How about that? When you saw Logano in the midair, Randy, since we know you can't stand Joey Logano, after you realize he was okay, you really enjoyed that, right?
I did, and I thoroughly enjoyed his interview after the race, talking about how NASCAR needs to do something to break these packs apart because you can't you just run away with it. Him being, one of the drivers on one of the super teams, the Penske Auto. Don't get me going on this because he's a big fat baby, whiny. Where's that crying sound, Jeffrey? Because that's what I heard when I heard Joey Logano after the race. Oh, I'm so thankful to be in a safe car, but NASCAR needs to do something about this racing because somebody's going to get hurt out there. I'm a tall guy and there's a road cage around me.
And isn't he a guy who has caused some wrecks of his own?
Yes, he is.
And that makes it even more ironic, right?
Yeah, that is exactly correct. You know what? I thought it was a fabulous race. Michael McDowell came just an ace of winning this one too. He was right up there. So it was a great race, great time. I really thoroughly enjoyed it.
Brad Keselowski wins the whole thing. Yep. And by the way, isn't that a Brad Keselowski windshield I've got in my office? Now?
You do indeed. That is a autographed, authenticated Brad Keselowski windshield.
Yeah, we're going to auction that off for charity here as soon as we can have an event or something. But it was really great. A gift for Arizona Sports Angels by a super fan. And I'll tell you what, right now, Arizona Sports Angels, we are so close to a goal that we were trying to reach with that. We needed to purchase 100 balls, 34 soccer balls, 33 footballs, and 33 basketballs for 100 kids that live at a Phoenix public housing complex. And because of people like Just the Tip and Cabana and also Boomer Sooner and other people like that, we are very close. We've gotten almost all the way there trying to bring in the money to buy that stuff.
That
a couple $100 bucks.
That is so great.
Yeah,
awesome.
The incoming box over there is always chock full. Like I'm having to go over it. It's very nice, but you haven't reached the goal yet.
No, and I wasn't expecting people to drop off 100 different balls. I mean, it's a little bit different when you're talking about soccer balls and footballs and basketballs.
yeah.
Those don't come in to the donation box
Right.
as easily as some other equipment. So that's what we need money for, is to purchase these things, so they're fresh and we get them out to the kids. So that is what we're still in the middle of doing. But I do want to thank the people who have donated so far at ArizonaSportsAngels.org. We seriously do appreciate that. And but yeah, as soon as we can, we'll have some sort of event and we'll auction off the Brad Keselowski windshield, and that'll be fun. And, I mean, I don't know what you do with it. I mean, do you hang it on the wall?
Well, I mean,
what do you do with somebody else's windshield?
Imagine if you have your man cave, or your you like to accessorize your garage there, or you've got a room in your house that you have all your NASCAR collectibles. You hang that up on the wall. I mean, yeah, that's a keeper. You don't just get those windshields, especially autographed by former champion Brad Keselowski. It just doesn't happen. So yeah, that is a fitting prize for a king.
Does it have a silhouette of him?
No.
No.
Like his face?
Yeah, 'cause I was gonna say, you can,
like you hit the brakes too hard?
No.
Yeah, you can put that on your own car and then go in the
I'm not
HOV
answering
lane.
any more of these
I don't
ridiculous
think-
questions.
Yeah, it's going to fit on your car. Besides, once you turn on the windshield wiper, you will wipe away. It's already the signature. You could tell the pen was kind of running out of ink, so you don't want to mess with that thing.
Fair enough.
I think it's best just to hang on a wall. So 888-368-1580. Navy Brad says, Randy, NASCAR question. Will NASCAR ever go to the quick jack that Indy has with their cars?
Well, I don't know about the pneumatic jack. He's talking about a pneumatic jack that is within the car itself. And what happens is when they come in, they plug an air hose to it, and it automatically engages that quick jack. And bam, the car goes up on two jacks, front and back. They can do the pit stop. They can change the tires very quickly. No, but they are going to the single lug nut lug for the cars starting in 2023 with the next generation car. So that is a change that they're doing. The no more 5 lug nuts to hit with the air gun. It's just one off, one on, and you're on your way.
Told my wife that the next house, I want a much bigger garage, and I want to put in a hydraulic lift so I can work on my cars.
Oh yeah, why not?
Because she's asked me the other day, hey, do you have any hobbies? And I'm like, nope. And I realized that I was like, gee whiz, I'm kind of boring, but I do like working on my cars. I really do. That's not just a phony line on the bio there at 1580thefanatic.com. I really do enjoy it. And so I thought, well, okay, that's going to be my thing. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm
very good.
And then I got to get the thing that goes, I don't even care if I ever use it.
That's air gun, pneumatic air gun. Yeah.
I want the air thing.
Yeah. Got to have that.
I don't need it, but I'll do it. Yes, Gadrilicho, I know we all have. He says, I've been quick jacking since I was 13. Yes, sir. Lacrosse guy says, Arizona Sports Angels need some lacrosse sticks. Well, I'm your guy. I'll tell you what, we take all kinds of donations of all kinds of sporting goods, because one of the other things we do, we will try to fill needs that are big, but we also fill needs that are small. So if some mom were to send us an email and say, hey, I just need X size shoe, or I need X size catcher's glove, or X size football pads, or whatever. We keep things in stock and try to fill those needs where we can. So yeah, anything you guys got, no exercise equipment. We don't need any ellipticals, exercise bikes.
Now, if you've got one of those Peloton bikes that you're willing to donate with all the classes already paid for, you can bring that to 1580 Fanatic. I'll take that home.
Well, you can't just take stuff home. It's donated, so which means is a tax implication, and
not
you
necessarily.
Can't just steal things out of the donation box.
You can donate to Randy White Ministries. That's a good thing.
That sounds like a scandal waiting to happen right there.
All right, I'll think of
if
something.
If they want to gift you with this,
Randy White's weight loss organization.
It's not quite the same thing as the 5013C we created.
Well, that's
Arizona
true.
Sports Angels.
We've
at
got
ArizonaSportsAngels.org.
We've got normal checking and savings accounts. Does that help?
No. Listen, if somebody wants to give you a Peloton bike as a gift, that's fine.
What I just said, Jeffrey.
But they get no tax write-offs.
Keep up with the show.
Yeah.
They get tax write-offs when they donate to Arizona Sports Angels.
They want to just gift that to me. Yeah, one of those Peloton bikes with all of the stuff,
That's between you, God,
yeah.
and the person bringing you the Peloton bikes. But as for Arizona Sports Angels, yes, we get tax breaks for you do for whatever you donate. We have receipts for that, and whether it's financial or the stuff you drop off. Large Marge says same windshield that Phil wanted to know whose car Brad's windshield came off of. Classic blender. Chief Skulls Burner says, what if I have an apartment or condo? Do you have a Brad Keselowski side window instead? So
No.
Boomer Sooner says, use windshield. You can make that into a table.
Well, yeah,
it can be a table that everything rolls off.
Well, there's a little bit of a bend to it, so I can't see it being a table. It's a real windshield. So
all right, here's what you do with it. You put it straight across, just like a regular windshield. Have it behind your bar. And put some lights and stuff on it. Then it'll look cool up there.
Oh, definitely.
Make it your bar.
And it was race. It's race used. There's some old flecks of rocks that have hit it, and bugs, and different things like that.
Circumcised Mosquito says, Randy, what are your thoughts on putting restrictor plates on 1.5 mile tracks like Atlanta and Texas Motor Speedway? Always seems after 20 laps they're already lapping cars, and it makes for kind of a boring race.
Yeah, it really does, especially if you get. I'd like to see something done to make it a little more competitive. Your super teams have reams and reams of books and chapters on data and information. They have all these engineers that can make the car almost doggone near perfect as soon as they unload it. So, I agree with something like that to make the cars a little closer together. That would be a lot of fun.
All right, Cowboy Sparky has a question, which brings us to the next thing. The Arizona Diamondbacks swept the Atlanta Braves this weekend. Well, they played 2 out of the 3 games they were supposed to, but still they beat them 7-0 one day, 5-0 the next day. And yes, looking at the Braves record, it's again, they beat someone like the Arizona Diamondbacks. So they were more evenly matched, but in the process, all of a sudden the Arizona Diamondbacks are better than Midway in the overall standings. And they're just 4 games out of first place in the National League West. I know this is probably a mirage of numbers, but at least they're 500 right now. Can we at least be happy about that?
Oh, absolutely. We can be happy they're 500, but you've got the San Diego Padres that are ahead of them. You've got the Los Angeles Dodgers. You've got the San Francisco Giants that are, I think, 14-8 now. You've got the Rockies that are behind them. So this is going to be a very serious hill to climb if the Diamondbacks think that they can compete in the Western Division of the National League. However, with that being said, you look at the positives. They got a Braves team that is ice cold right now. Kept them to 0 runs in 2 games. And yes, the answer is yes. If it was an official game and it was made by the commissioner as an official game and it's only 7 innings, yes, it is a no-hitter. I don't care what the commissioner of baseball says. He's the idiot that made these rules. Therefore, he's the idiot that's got to retract his statement saying it was not a no-hitter.
It wasn't a no-hitter because it was only 7 innings. And
7 innings, and
you hated that when they came out with that.
But look,
and
you
said when it was established that anytime anything like this happened, it would not be a no-hitter.
It's going to be a no-hitter. It is a no-hitter.
No, that's not what you said before this happened. You were saying this when you thought it might be another team.
It's a no-hitter. It's a no-hitter.
I do agree with Randy now. Apparently not Randy of a couple months ago.
Right.
But I agree with Randy now, where even if you want to put an asterisk on it, I would say that it counts as a no-hitter, and then you can say, oh, it was the second part of a back-to-back, sure. But right now, that definitely does count as a no-hitter to me.
Is it an official game?
Yes.
Okay. Are the scores official?
Yes.
Are they keeping tracks of stats like it's an official game?
Yes.
Then it is a no-hitter.
You know I love the Diamondbacks.
I know you do.
And you know I don't want to take anything away from them.
You can't. It's a no-hitter.
But it's a 7-inning game because of the doubleheader rule. It's a 7-inning game. If after COVID, they won't have these 7-inning doubleheaders anymore, right?
I don't know that that's true or not.
And even if they do, here's the thing. If you were sitting in a regular game in the 7th inning, he had a no-hitter. How many guys get yanked because of pitch count, even when they're in the midst of a no-hitter?
You got to be careful. It depends
We have
on the
no way of knowing if he'd have been left in to finish it and make it an
exactly
actual no-hitter on 9 innings.
But it's a moot point because the game was official at 7 innings because the commissioner of baseball, that rockhead who thinks he knows what he's doing, trying to make sure that instead of playing 2 full games here, we make it easy on these little snowflakes out there and the snowflakes that fall in the stadiums that have to have nets in front of them. So guess what? It's an official game. Therefore, it is a no-hitter.
All right. You are saying these things out of protest, but I know deep down you agree they wouldn't let it be a no-hitter because it's not a no-hitter. It's at 9 innings. That's where a no-hitter lives. A no-hitter doesn't live at 7 innings. It lives in the 9th inning.
Exactly right. It should be a 9-inning game. However, I'm not the rockhead that made this decision because of quote-unquote COVID. Give me a break. Play the 2 extra innings and make it a full Major League Baseball game.
Yep.
But that being said, Madison Bumgarner was robbed by the rockhead who put this rule in play.
He was going to get robbed by either the rockhead that put the rule in place or Torey Lovullo would have been like, you know what?
I guess
let's go ahead and pull him out. He's had enough pitches. Let's say the other guy come in and get finish this thing up for him.
Guess we'll never know.
Yeah, you're right. And I guess he'll get it. Now, wait, help me out here. Has it been officially determined it isn't a no-hitter by Major League Baseball?
It's been determined that it is not, but it is a complete game shutout.
Right. Which we had 2 in a row, which is something that hasn't happened for a whole lot of years.
Yeah.
This was actually a pretty remarkable weekend for the Diamondbacks. Yeah, I got to agree with Randy. Hey, Lunkhead, Manfred, if you're going to say that's a full game and that's a no-hitter, you got to give it to him.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's only fair. If you're going to make the stupid rule, then you can't go and say, "Oh, that's not legit." You made it legit. It's a game that counts in the record books.
Are you counting every other stat?
Make it legit.
Yeah.
But for me, sorry, Bumgarner, I don't see that as
what
a
more
real
could
no-hitter.
Bumgarner have done if they have
absolutely nothing more.
Absolutely nothing more. If in the rules it's written that, hey, after 7 innings, if we are on the verge of a no-hitter, then we'll grant you 2 additional innings, then I could see, yeah, sure, then maybe the rules were adjusted.
If I'm Madison Bumgarner, I'm going to go out the next start that I have, and I'm going to continue on with the no-hitter just because I want to make sure everybody in the world, including this airhead that sits in New York City collecting a paycheck, calling himself the commissioner of baseball, understands that he could have gone another 2. If it were me, I would do my best to pitch a complete game no-hitter in the next one just to prove him an idiot, which he already is.
If he's allowed to. And there is the rub of modern baseball. All right, we got to take a break. We got a bunch of people on the text line that have some stuff to say about what we're talking about. We'll do that. And when we come back, we have some other Major League Baseball. And yes, Phil, we will get to the Suns.
Oh, did something happen with them?
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. Hey guys, Jeffrey O'Brien here. Listen, when we're all working on our shows here at The Fanatic, we're totally focused and we don't want to worry about the other things. You know, like the technology that runs our station. That's where Affinity Technology comes in. They run all our IT so we can focus on what really matters, our business and our listeners. These guys handle literally everything. If it plugs in, they work with it. They've saved us tons of money and they've kept us focused on what really matters. Affinity Technology, they can do the same for you. Go to atechaz.com. Be sure and tell them I sent
Hey
you.
guys, it's Stephen McCollum from the main event here on 1580 The Fanatic. Coming up on Tuesday at 1 p.m., the Suns try to rebound against the Knicks. We'll break down the game. Coyotes skate against the Sharks. Can they increase their standings in the West? Diamondbacks have a 2-game series against the Padres. Can they continue their hot streak? And the NFL draft is days away. So let's check in on the Cardinals and all the rumors. So join me, Stephen McCollum, on the main event Tuesday, 1 p.m. on 1580, 99.3 FM, The Fanatic.
Changing your work culture can help change an entire culture. By embracing diversity, you encourage diversity. By making accommodations, you become more accommodating. So consider a member of Arizona's deaf, hard of hearing, and deafblind community for your next hire. To learn more about the Let's Get to Work initiative, visit changeyourperception.org. That's changeyourperception.org. Sponsored by the Arizona Commission for the Deaf and the Hard of Hearing.
Contractors need bonds, and the professionals at Constructors Bonding have been Arizona's leading surety management team for 40 years. We don't just deliver bonds, we make your bonding better. As the #1 producer with 14 markets, Constructors Bonding has the relationships and expertise to get you better capacity, better rates, and better terms. For better bonding, call Dave McKee at Constructors Bonding at 602-432-5929. That's 602-432-5929. Or visit cbialliance.com.
Last summer, Arizona experienced record heat. Hottest summer in Arizona history. 145 days of 100+ degrees, 53 days of over 110. Summer heat is starting sooner and it's lasting longer. And your power bills are more expensive every year. Take control of your power bills. Call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar is locally owned and operated. They use top-of-the-line equipment and they're A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com. Harmon Solar is an REC certified solar professional.
The Fanatic.
It's David Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. We're talking about the Arizona Diamondbacks and a sweepish of the Braves. It's a sweepish, meaning they only got did they make up the game? Is that why they had the doubleheader? So that was going to be it, just 2 games, right?
Yeah, I believe it was a 2-game series.
All right, so they were. I guess that counts as a sweep. It's a short sweep, but all right, that's great. Great to see that score. But then knowing it's only 7 innings and they're calling it not a no-hitter. I call it not a no-hitter, but I agree with Randy on the rules. If you're going to call it a real game, then he should be calling it a real no-hitter.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a 7-inning game and you're going to make an official game, then it's got to be an official no-hitter.
Fair is fair, and it seems like it's like, oh, the rules are this, and this is how we're going to do this. It's going to affect the standings this way, but sorry, Bumgardner, it's not a no-hitter. Why? I don't know. Because I'm drunk, I guess. Papa Mike says it was a complete game. That makes it a no-hitter.
Yeah.
Now, I got you, Papa Mike, but you know what I'm saying. Fish Tank says, how many guys have gone 8 innings and 2 outs and blew their no-hitter? How come those guys don't get a no-hitter, huh?
Well, because the
those should be no-hitters.
Well, no, those games shouldn't be a no-hitter. It was a 9-inning game. This is a 7-game game. You're talking apples and oranges here. What kind of ridiculous thinking
asinine
is that?
comment? Yeah.
I thought they didn't play Friday, Fish Tank. What are you talking about? Braves won Friday. I looked at the thing and it showed that it was postponed. I'm confused. Did I read that wrong? Lightning Bolt says if a guy is pitching a no-hitter for 5.5 innings and it's an official game, but it gets you because it was rained out, that is a no-hitter. Is that a no-hitter?
Oh,
if it's a rain out, is it a no-hitter?
Yeah,
because game gets called.
Yeah, just because they were set to play the Braves for a 4-game series, and they lost the first one. When was this? This was
so they lost a game. They postponed the next game.
Yes,
and that's why. Okay, that looked weird on the sheet when I was reading
on
it
Friday. They were supposed they played a game. They lost.
Gotcha. Okay, well that makes sense, and that'll teach me for reading something off the 4-letter network. Large Marge says, what if Mad Bum's next 2 innings have no hits? How about then, Jeffrey? Guys, I'm on your side.
Yeah.
I absolutely am. I'm just old school enough in this that I think a no-hitter is a 9-inning game. This was a 7-inning game. It was called an official game by Major League Baseball. So since it was a no-hitter, I agree with Randy. It should be a no-hitter.
So
but it just doesn't feel right, though.
Well, of course it doesn't feel right because this does not feel like real baseball. This feels like Little League baseball or high school baseball. You call a game at 7 innings. Give me a break. These are men. These guys making a lot of money. Quit trying to shorten the season. Quit trying to make cut corners on professional baseball. These guys get paid a lot of money. Let them earn their money and play a full damn game. Second of all, let's put it this way. Let's say somebody was coming up and they were going to, they needed 2 hits to break the all-time hits record for the Diamondbacks, okay? And he comes up in the game and he gets 2 hits. Now, is that an all-time hit leader for the Diamondbacks or is it not? This is what I mean. This is the kind of ridiculousness that they're talking about. Of course, they're going to score those as hits. So then why not score this as a no damn hitter?
Absolutely agree. If you make the dumb rules, then it should be. Mr. Pink Eye says if it's a no hitter, then all other stats shouldn't count, and the game shouldn't count. Major League Baseball is stupid.
Yep, you're right. I agree with you for once, and it's sad because this is my favorite sport. I love the game of baseball, but we have a situation right now where unprecedented times in which we live, and yet we have got a commissioner who doesn't know what the hell he's doing. He doesn't know what he's doing.
It's really weird, isn't it? I mean, I understand making adjustments due to COVID, but then I don't know. Is this a permanent rule, Phil? Is this supposed to be the way it will be?
It can be.
You're saying in regards to the doubleheader being 7 innings?
Yeah.
Let me check.
Yeah, I thought that was just COVID so they could hurry up and get more games played so they can get to the playoffs. So I hope that's not a permanent thing.
162 game season this year.
Yeah, I hope that it's not a real thing forever. Mr. Wilbur says, so the guy who pitched the one hitter earlier in the day, that also is not considered a one hitter, therefore. Well, yeah, I mean, technically, I agree. It's not 9 innings, but in that game for Gallen, that's a one hitter. It's also a complete game shutout. So I don't listen. This is weird turn of events for Major League Baseball doing it this way. I don't mind them saying, hey, because of COVID, we're trying to get these games done. 7 innings. Let's move on. I don't like it that much, but I understand it because of time being the essence and not wanting to overstretch your players. But in a normal season, please God, Phil, tell me it's not going to be for real.
Yeah, for what I'm reading, it's not permanent as of yet. It's still under the agreement that they come together for in this COVID agreement that they have.
They're trying it out during the COVID time.
Correct, because remember, it's under the health and protocol and safety, everything. It's a part of that since they know that it's going to be in a congealed time frame. And this is like the same idea of why the DH didn't come back. The universal DH didn't come back this season. It's because these were experimental rules put in to help protect the players from being hurt, but it's only for a season by season basis.
It's kind of like that rule that they're trying to institute now in extra inning ball games, and they're using that in the minor leagues. In the extra innings, after I think the 10th inning, they put a runner on second base. Now, how do you score this? You got a runner, you start the inning, a runner just magically appears at second base. He didn't get a base hit. He didn't get a double. He wasn't walked. He wasn't hit by a pitch. He was just given second base for no apparent reason.
And the Lord said, let there be a runner on second.
And they're going to give this others could have scored the other team a run, for absolutely free run, because it's the extra innings. And we want to make sure that Johnny and Cindy get home because they can't be at the ballpark longer than 3 hours.
Now,
and
Randy,
the Lord said this game was going a bit too long.
That's what it's
and
all
there
about.
was an immaculate conception at second base, and it was good.
There was no conception at second base. That
he just
people
appears
can't
out of
watch that.
nowhere and from a virgin mother. Read the rules, damn it, Phil.
I
Read the rules.
I suppose so. But come on, Randy. This runner at second, that's the one that I like. That and the universal
Why
DH.
do you like that? How do you equate that in your head, Phil? I like you. I respect you. But how on earth do you equate a free run given just because we want to get Johnny and Susie home because they've been at the ballpark too long?
I don't even know Johnny and Susie. I don't care if they ever go home.
Johnny, Susie, and Cindy, I think they're all in agreement that it's best for baseball in these regular season games.
It is not best for baseball.
It is best.
It is not best for baseball. Now you're going to run into all sorts of scores that have magical numbers made up. Why don't we just go into the game? You know what? The Padres are coming to town for a 2-game series against the Snakes. Let's go ahead and set the score now. They could start. The Padres will start with a 5-run lead in both games.
Well, listen, who's hosting? Who's hosting?
The Diamondbacks are.
The Diamondbacks are hosting?
Randy,
okay.
Randy, you're talking to a millennial. You're talking to a snowflake.
I know I am.
You're talking to a bat flip applauding, strut like Conor McGregor enjoying young millennial. And there's no respect for the game of baseball coming from the way of Phil. So, of course, he's going to enjoy magic runner on second. Of course, he's going to enjoy a bunch of those things.
Yes, I do.
Yes,
I
you
sat
do.
through an 18-inning game and loved every second of it.
Well, fantastic. Do you want the game to continue and prosper long before all of us are gone?
Look at the balls on Phil representing all millennials. Like he could cancel baseball if he wants to. Phil,
I have
and
that
all
power.
of
I have
his
that switch.
hairless, little manscaped friends can come
Wow.
together as a generation and say, "Well, fine, we just won't watch your stupid game."
No, I'm saying
don't.
Obviously, with numbers dwindling as they are, you have to do something to address it.
Numbers are dwindling.
Yes, the momentum has shifted, and as it goes down, so does the viewership
Here
with younger
is a
viewers.
little something for your ear hole, Phil. The numbers dwindling are going to happen because they're going to have nothing you do, little quirks and little things are going to build that up. In fact,
I disagree.
You could see this go a different direction if they keep monkeying with this damn game this way.
I'm sorry. Did the NBA adjust and make a 3-point line, and afterwards the audience?
This has
viewership-
nothing to do with a
nothing to do with
3-point
millennials.
line.
Yes, it does.
No,
That
it doesn't.
adds offensiveness.
This one rule adds no offense whatsoever. How did the guy
Yes, it
get on
does.
second base? All they're trying to do is hurry the game along so it's not so long, because we can't have Johnny and Susie at the ballpark too long because they're complaining.
I'm all for pace of play improvements. I am all for, okay, I could even be okay with a little added personality in the game. Trevor Bauer and Tatis want to go at each other. All right, that's cool.
entertainment. Yeah, that's great.
Whatever. But when you start putting magical runners on second, and you start actually screwing with the game, the basics of the game. I'm not going to say sanctity. I'm not going to say sacred, but I'm going to say the basics of the game. You don't have a magic runner on second. I think it is a horrible idea. How about this, Phil? Can we negotiate? I, on behalf of everyone older than me, and you on behalf of everybody younger than you, can we negotiate this? Okay,
Perhaps.
no magical runner on second, but I will give you Conor McGregor strutting guy after a home run. And he won't get plunked. Bauer even said it himself. Trevor Bauer said, all right, I'm not looking to throw a ball at a guy just because he shows you up. I mean, he's like, hey, go ahead, celebrate. I'm all for it. He's like, all right, fine. So, okay, I will give you that if you don't force baseball to have a magical runner on second.
It's not for the postseason, correct?
Excuse me?
The magical runner on second is not included in the postseason. Yeah.
There's no way in hell they would.
Well, I don't know why they won't. Why won't they put it in the postseason? It's during the entire season. You mean that Billy and Cindy are going to sit in the ballpark?
So let me ask you this:
cruise on their damn cell phones and twitch their feet because the game's gone more than 3 hours because it's a postseason?
So let me ask you this, Randy: do you want in the NFL the overtime rule to just continue going on, keep going until there's a winner?
Yes.
Yep.
Wow.
Me too.
I don't like ties. That's
There are
not the way
ways.
you end a game.
There are ways to do overtime different, without going nuts. Sudden death situations, other kinds of situations. I don't understand this thing. Is like, well, I don't like an overtime rule that keeps the hands out of the star player on the other team. No, there is a rule. There is an idea. You flip a coin. Some parts of this game are going to be left to just chance. And if your guy doesn't get the ball first and the other team scores and wins, so be it. That is what the fates have ordained. And I'm so sick of the argument of, well, we got to get it in the hands of Patrick Mahomes. People didn't come to watch this other thing. No, you win the game or you lose the game. And if it has to do with a coin flip and the other team just gets it first, by God, so be it. But we don't need a tie. We don't need a tie.
That does not make any sense whatsoever, especially if you like baseball, where both teams get a chance to address it. Why are we not allowing the other team to then address the score that just happened?
There's a finite moment in addressing it.
Okay, and why aren't they allowed to address what just happened with the score? Obviously, if it's good enough to where it goes no extra
it's a finite
time.
moment you have to go back and forth with. But why not? Football. Listen to the bit that George Carlin did about football and baseball. Football has sudden death. And that's the way it should be. Damn it. It's a manly sport. Leave it to the fate.
Sudden death.
So then, in order to address it, would you be in favor of an extra innings? If it goes to extra innings, first team to score wins?
No,
it doesn't work that way.
No, it doesn't work that way. But yeah, with football, we can't get it back into Patrick.
Well, it's a different sport altogether, Phil. It's a different sport altogether.
It's a different sport.
I don't
altogether.
expect him to get it. I do not expect him to get it.
Yeah, because competition, that's not across the board.
Well, let's make sure the other guy gets the ball. It's sudden death ain't fair.
We should do this entire show. It's actually kind of fun.
Tell you what, tomorrow on the show, I just don't have time to go find it right now, but tomorrow on the show, I'm going to get George Carlin's classic bit on the difference between baseball and football. I'll have to edit out the dirty parts, but
It's going to take a long time.
Something amazing. All right, hour one down, 2 to go. It's the Daily Blender on 1580, The Fanatic.
At Navy Federal Credit Union, our arms are wide open to the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine Corps, Coast Guard, Space Force, and the DoD. All are welcome to join, whether you're active duty, a veteran, or if you have family who have served. We've always got your six. That's why members earn and save $361 more per year by banking with us. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA. Visit NavyFederal.org. Dollar value based on 2019 study by Navy Federal.
Well, I started my own restaurant because I love to cook. But that also means a lot of greasy pots and pans. And we can't waste time with endless sink changeovers. So we upgraded to Dawn Professional Pot and Pan.
Dawn Professional cleans 58% more pots and pans per sink than the leading competitor.
Less dish soap, fewer changeovers, and more time doing what we love.
Dawn Professional. It's clean. Upgraded. From P&G Professional.
Are you tired of buying bottled water to drink and living with hard chlorinated water in your home? Imagine bottled quality alkaline water in every faucet with a system that has no maintenance and no filters to change. A system designed to last over 15 years. Introducing the pH Smart 5000 Whole House Alkaline Water System. A system so advanced, health-minded consumers and athletes are using this technology to enhance a healthy lifestyle. Championship professional basketball coach Frank Vogel knows the importance of protecting his family and improving athletic performance. Take a listen to why he uses Earth Smart Water.
Earth Smart Water is Phoenix's best choice for no salt whole house filtration. Best in price, best in quality, best in service, and customer satisfaction with an A+ Better Business Bureau rating. You can trust Earth Smart Water to protect your family and home with clean, healthy, alkaline water from every tap in your home.
Call today at 480-656-1248 to experience the incredible benefits of alkaline water in your home. Just call Earth Smart Water at 480-656-1248 or visit us at eswaz.com.
There's a time to be fearful and a time to be calm. A time to be aggressive and a time to be conservative, especially when it comes to investing. You've heard the phrase, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose.
Hello, I'm Mo Ansari, president of Compact Asset Management. At Compact, we strive to provide you with the tools and experience it takes to be in the right place at the right time to grow and protect your hard-earned money. Call pound 250 on the cell phone and say, talk to Mo, and let's check your goals together. You'll get a free portfolio review and risk analysis, and we'll focus on your investment strategies. Call pound 250 on your cell phone and say, talk to Mo, or visit us online at compact.com. That's COMPAK.com.
Compact Asset Management is a registered investment advisor, funds custodian, Fidelity Institutional Wealth Services, member FINRA, SIPC.
KQFN Tempe, also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 Rolling Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, buddy, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender, and a good friend, radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside my heterosexual life partner, Randy White. We got Phil there in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale, and you guys are on the Summit Mail Medical text line, 888-368-1580. And, all right, listen, baseball is pretty fun right now. I mean, you got to love New York Mets fans booing at Francisco Lindor already. It's like, seriously? You're not going to give him just a minute to try to – I mean, I get it. He's not playing great right after signing that ginormous 10-year, $341 million contract, but it's a little bit early in the season for boos, isn't it, Randy?
No. Listen, if this guy's getting paid what he's getting paid, he's going to pay the price if he's not performing. And, everybody in baseball goes into a slump every once in a while. But look, the great fans of the New York Mets and New York Yankees, they will give a player legitimately the business. Now they'll treat them like royalty if they're playing well, and they'll be very kind to the players if they're playing well. However, they might as well lay it on Lindor. Yeah, you wanted all this money, you wanted to be here. Okay, then live up to the hype, the expectation.
Well, I just kind of figured maybe, give him a minute to work some things out. Then you can, I don't know.
New York, Jeffco.
Give him a few more minutes. Yeah, you're right. What was I thinking? It's New York.
They don't give you time to do anything in New York.
15 games is, I guess, the most you get in New York. How many games do you get in Phoenix before you start booing somebody like that at the Arizona Diamondbacks?
3 seasons.
About 3 seasons, and probably they're gone, and you still miss them even though they didn't do well.
We could have done something with Zach Greinke. We could have really been something special.
That was our guy. We really liked him.
Well, a lot of people are still saying that Paul, Goldschmidt should have stayed in Phoenix, but I think it was a good move by the team to get rid of him. They were going to have to pay him, top dollar to keep him, and they were able to utilize his worth to bring in some young talent. So I got no problem with the Paul Goldschmidt move. That's business. That's the way it is.
No problem. But it's funny you mentioned that, and as a Diamondbacks fan, I'm like, oh, I miss Goldie. That's the weirdness that is Arizona versus New York, I guess.
Yeah.
Good Cat is on the Summit Mail Medical text line. Says, Jeffrey, serious question. I'm buying a new Colts hat. Should I go with the horseshoe logo or throwback on the bucking Bronco horse? It's not a Bronco, it's a Colt. I said Bronco accidentally. Don't put that on Good Cat. Now, I knew Good Cat. There's a reason he's the only Arizona fan that I like. And now I remember why. He's also a Colts fan, and he's pretty damn cool on the text line. My advice to you is, I don't know, do whatever the hell you want. Whichever one you think looks best. Now, I prefer the horseshoe. I went and put it on when I saw your question. I prefer the horseshoe logo. I think that horse, the bucking horse, is a little bit busy.
But isn't that throwback, the bucking horse? Isn't that a throwback, though?
Yeah, that's what we just said that.
Yeah.
And I think it's a little busy.
I was
don't
asleep when you said that. So.
I don't like the new C either. I don't like that weird C. I don't think anybody does. So yeah, classic horseshoe would be my go-to.
Could be worse. You could have the D-head logo of the Rams.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, the Good Morning LA logo.
Yeah, the Eric Dickerson logo.
So Good Cat, you know what you could do? Get both. Just see which one you like best. Baker's Cocky Hen says, hey, you see the Orlando Magic guy, Canada, break his ankle and have real blood, not Kurt Schilling blood, but real blood pouring out his sock. Yeah, wow. Anthony Davis and LeBron would probably die on the court if anything like that happened to them.
Oh, stop it.
They would pass away, but they'd be back in time for the playoffs. Random Texter says, okay, guys, the reason it's not ruled a no-hitter is because in the Elias Book of Baseball Records, it clearly states a 9-inning game, not a complete game, but a 9-inning game. Therefore, it's not ruled a no-hitter.
Well, then it's not a real game.
Yeah, why if Major League Baseball can say, hey, we're going to play that and it's going to count in the standings as a full game? Major League Baseball is supposed to make the rules, not this Elias Book of Baseball Records.
What does Elias have on an official game? What are the innings on that? I'd love to see the little definition of that.
Why? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The rules are what Major League Baseball says they are. They're wrong, and I wish they wouldn't do it, but since they did, it's on them. Rusty Nuts says, baseball sucks. That's why I quit watching it. Killer Rabbit says, Randy sat in an 18-inning game in the snow in a T-shirt and shorts, and I had no whiskey. Yeah, I did that.
Did somebody just boomer me? Who was that? Who was that just said that?
Actually saying he did that.
Who was that just said that?
I
think they're
Rabbit.
just Killer Rabbit. Are you just boomering me?
No, I think he's actually saying he did that once.
Yeah.
And if he didn't, then he should have said, Randy, I sat in an 18-inning game in a downhill and an upwind and snow.
I heard what you said. And he said, Randy sat in an 18-inning game in the snow one time with no whiskey.
I think he's saying he did. Let's find out for sure before you get mad.
I'm not mad.
Killer Rabbit, please be clear. Cowboy Sparky says, I hate this international rule in baseball. I coached the Little League baseball and I had a couple extra inning games played. The magical runner on second is wrong.
Yeah,
it's weird.
I don't know how do you recognize that as a baseball player?
You should have to have on the speakers, and they should be like dropped down by a crane on the second plate.
Yeah,
with their hands up all holy.
Like Lady Gaga, they got to jump off the top of the dome and land. That'd be fantastic.
Why would you ruin this thought I'm having with Lady Gaga?
Yeah.
the hell's wrong with
That's
you?
a great idea. Or you could just say, we're not going to do that.
Yeah, there's always that.
Mhm.
Mr. Wilbur says next thing that Phil's going to want is to have them change the color of the baseball from white to a more neutral color.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. I mean, that would be fun. Change your colored balls, If some guy's
Yeah.
colorblind.
Hey, you just keep your hands off my balls. I don't need them changed in any color in any way. Don't touch my balls. Large Marge says, can we congeal Phil's time frame? His terminology, not mine.
Yeah.
Right.
Sometimes Phil is on a good roll and his mouth says a different word, close to what
Close
he
to- yeah,
means,
close,
but a different word. And it's like one of those things I don't call him on it because I'm like, I know what he's trying to say, but he did say the wrong word there.
Yeah.
I think we're all prone to that occasionally, but
Yep.
Phil has seemed to make it an art form.
Oh, yeah.
Cabana says baseball is in the Bible. It starts out in the big inning.
Yep.
There's also
baseball.
I can't read that part. I'm not gonna read that part. Cheese Skull Burner says Ty goes to the lame ass who couldn't beat you. Figure out a way to win or lose.
Yeah.
Just do one or the other.
Yep.
Circumcised Mosquito says, what if the game goes to extra innings and they place the runner on second and he scores without a pitch being made? Does that go down as a no-hitter?
Hey, good.
Interesting.
Yeah. He could.
Interesting.
He could.
That's that makes me almost want to vomit.
Yeah.
Blissful Hayes says, filthy. Your team had 4 quarters to win a game. Sudden death is the way to go when you're in overtime.
Okay.
Prison Wallet says, get them both, good cat. That's what you do. Get both those hats. And by the way, comparing overtime rules between football and baseball is dumb, Phil.
Yeah.
In baseball, only one team can score, even though both teams are on the field. In football, one team can get an interception and score a touchdown. So he says, Phil, you're being extra dumb today.
Oh, so in soccer, did you want to take away the kick away shootout?
Oh,
whatever
no.
that is at the end?
Oh, no.
Oh,
Phil,
no.
Did Phil just bring up soccer?
I know.
Oh, my
yeah,
God.
that's
And then-
always going to go over well on this show. Let's compare football to soccer.
Football.
Oh, boy.
Or maybe in what is it in hockey? The shootout at the end of the game. If it goes in extra innings, you want to just change that as well. So we're saying that we can have different circumstances for different overtimes.
How about we make it an actual shootout?
It was better than better. Oh yeah, where you get a sniper rifle.
No,
yeah,
I was-
yeah,
I was
like
thinking
that.
paintball. Just
so you
paintball.
take your
Don't-
best shooter and you get a sniper rifle. You put him outside
Right.
stadium. Then you open up a window
Sure.
and these guys are skating around. Now, if he gets to hit any of those guys, bam, and they go down. The most guys at the end of the game that got sniped, then you can determine the winner by that.
We are talking
I
paintball,
like
right?
that.
We are. Yeah.
We are talking
Paintball.
paintball.
Yeah,
because
Sure.
nobody would ever enter the draft
Yeah.
again with your rules.
Mm.
You know,
yeah. Okay, paintball. Sure.
Good Cat says, does Phil Google things to say to annoy Jeffrey and Randy on a daily basis? Damn. By the way, good idea on getting both hats. Large Marge says, what does the Elias book say about the Phantom Runner? Is it the holy runner of Antioch? And the runner would be on second, not third. They shall progress past first, but not, it's just stupid. 888-368-1580. So I wonder here who you guys think won the Twitter war between Tatis Jr. and Trevor Bauer. So he starts with Tatis Jr. Am I saying it right?
Yeah,
Tatis. He's strutting and he's making faces. He's mocking Bauer, covering up one eye because of the whole thing. Because when he pitched that game against the Dodgers with an eye, blah 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 blah. And so after the game, somebody, an eagle-eyed fan, says, "Hey, did you see Tatis Jr. look down like that real quick at the catcher to see what sign he had up?" So it's a little bit different stealing signs, but when you literally just look down and go, "All right, going to be a fastball," that's kind of dirty pool right there.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's one of those things you don't do as a batter. But listen, bottom line is he's trying to get every competitive edge that he can. I have no problem with the conventional ways of a baseball player trying to steal signs. I have no problem with that whatsoever.
Better than trash can banging.
I have no problem with if the Padres had a guy on second, Tatis was coming up to the plate, and the runner on second was trying to look in and steal and do some sort of a signal to Tatis to try to telegraph to him what the pitch is that's coming in. I have no problem with that.
Sure.
And I
Now-
think this is all great for baseball. I think that Tatis and Bauer going back and forth and all the chippiness, and this is going to end up with some bench clearing. Now you've got a legitimate rivalry. Remember the Yankees and the Red Sox back in the 70s and the 80s, and they were just, it was one just match would set off this firestorm between these two teams.
And this is going to be a lot of fun. I agree.
I think it's
But
going to be great for baseball.
that was really obvious. It was almost like he wasn't even trying to hide it. Now, of course, Bauer didn't pick up on that during the game. It was only after this guy showed that video and he sees that. And so he tweets out, hey, if you need to know what pitch is coming that badly, just ask Daddy nicely next time, Tatis.
Yeah.
I ain't scared, homie. And then Tatis came out with the whole "Who's your daddy" thing, and he photoshopped the picture of Bauer's face onto somebody holding a toddler. And I think, so then Bauer came back and says, "Well, you and Manny do make a pretty cute couple after all." So this is going back and forth.
Love it.
But he said originally he ain't gonna plunk a guy. Bauer says he's not gonna plunk a guy. He's just gonna let his pitching do the talking.
Yeah, nor should he.
That was before this exchange. Now I wonder if someone's going to get.
I don't know. Bauer's cut from a different cloth. I don't know if he's going to try to
He's a
plunk a
weird
guy.
animal.
And I think this is all very entertaining. This whole chippiness between these two guys is very entertaining. Now, I wouldn't be surprised to see Bauer come in and knock him down a few times on his butt with a high inside pitch. I have no problem with that either.
Sure.
That leads to part of it. And by the way, Tatis doing that little jump step there before he rounded third on the way home. See, that's all just kind of igniting this firestorm that's going to be this big rivalry between the Padres and the Dodgers. Started last year, and the Dodgers end up winning that one. So now in the 2021 version, we'll have to wait and see what happens.
Well, there's a lot of fun and interesting stuff going on with Major League Baseball right now. And that was kind of the whole point to everything. And nice to see a couple of wins by the Diamondbacks. That's pretty much the entire point of what I was hoping that we could make there. So, okay. So let's move on. Let's get to it. Is it time for a break yet?
No, we got a strong 4 minutes.
Yeah.
All right,
Go ahead.
The Phoenix Suns went to Brooklyn, and the Phoenix Suns came home with a loss. The Nets beating the Suns 128-119. First half looked good. Second half not so good. And I guess Kevin Durant he played. He came off the bench. Yeah, he only scored 33 points. I don't know what you want from him. But Kyrie Irving was his 34.
Yeah.
And listen, Devin Booker and Ayton did all right, 36 points and 20 points. It was just they got outplayed. And they led for the first half. They let Brooklyn off the hook in the second half, and it just wasn't their day. And now they got this pretty tough road trip going here. So they're at the Knicks tonight, right?
Yeah. So they stayed in New York. They'll play the Knickerbockers tonight, who, by the way, have one of the hottest records right now in the NBA. So this is not going to be easy like it used to be to go into the into the New York City there and try to beat the Knicks. It's not going to be an easy game. You can't take your foot off the gas here. So it like I said, going into this stretch, this was going to be hard. You get the Nets, you got the Knicks. You're going to have to watch out what you do here. The Suns could very well find themselves 4 games back in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, look, the Phoenix Suns, in order to win games, they got to do the every other stat. They aren't going to beat you unless they have the win in turnovers, they have the wins in rebounds and assists. That's how they will win. Because especially against a team like Brooklyn with a star like Kevin Durant, who yes, he's going to get 33, but it's how efficiently he will get that 33. And obviously they killed him on the field goal percentage just because they have that much more talent on their starting and in their rotation and everything else.
Oh yeah.
So whenever everything else is pretty even with turnovers 12-1, Phoenix rebounds 43-44. That's when you know that the Brooklyn Nets will win that game because they'll just out talent you if everything else is the same.
What I worry about is this an education that will serve them well going into the playoffs and possible games, or is this a sign of what we have to expect?
Well,
things to come.
I don't think the ship is sinking yet. I think
say sinking.
Yeah,
it's just,
but I don't think it's. I think it's time to call general quarters, get ready for battle. I think this is the kind of games you're going to face in the playoffs. Remember, it's a series of games, so depending on who they get in the first round, if they don't lock down the number 1 seed, which I don't see them doing that right now. I don't think there's enough time left. And they've got a string of games that have been pretty difficult. We'll see what happens after the Knicks games tonight. But
I really liked what Monty Williams said. He said these last 3 games have been playoff games for us in atmosphere. So I think they're great. Your armpits, your underwear may tell a different story at the end of the game.
Yeah.
What the hell is it?
Well,
he said, but as far as growth is concerned, it's pretty good for our team and our young guys. So he was basically saying the positive end of what I was alluding to is this a good train up game for when you are actually in the playoff atmosphere, when you're actually going against the tougher teams. And you know, it's the thing that always has stuck with me my entire life. My childhood friend, Jeff Vinicello, he and I used to beat the hell out of each other sparring. And he was the guy who we built an American Gladiator set up in his backyard. We would joust with ATVs and wiffle ball bats, and we just did all kinds of that kind of crazy stuff. But he would always go, he was a wrestler, so he would always go off to Sunkist Kids Camp, and all that was a bunch of college and Olympic wrestlers who beat the hell out of you for 2 straight weeks. You never won. But you would go in there and you would wrestle those guys, but you would come home a much better wrestler.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm talking about real wrestling, by the way. Actual wrestling, not the fake stuff.
Nobody was on top of a cage and jumping off into
Nothing
the
like
stands.
that. No, it's proper Roman Greco wrestling. Anyway, so that was that was a real education of, okay, you're not going to win, but you're trying your damnedest to do so, and then you're ready for the next time. And well, that's what I'm hoping you're getting with the Nets. Like he says, pretty good for our team and our young guys.
Sure. Remember, it's only a 9-point loss to probably, in my opinion, the strongest team in the Eastern Conference.
Absolutely, the team that you probably end up meeting.
You lost by 9, and you were in their house. It's not like they beat the daylights out of you, and it was a pretty tight game.
Come on, Randy. At their house with only 10% of attendance.
Well, it doesn't matter.
About attendance.
You're not in your own bed. You're sleeping in a hotel the night before. You had a long airplane flight. You got to go, and you're not in your routine, your regular routine. Sure, it's an adverse situation for.
Yeah, but Randy, they need to win the tough games.
No, I understand
on
that.
the road or
I
at home,
understand
because
that.
that's the way the playoffs are going to be.
That's
the way a championship will be.
Understand that. Look, the Suns did not play. I don't think played poorly. They got outplayed by a better team. They got outshot by a better team.
Yep.
They got outshot in 3-point land by a better team. I mean, they got killed at the 3-point line.
Yep. Absolutely right. Assless Chap says the Suns need another consistent scorer. Golden Shoe says the Suns are much improved, but they are one all-star quality player away from being good. I don't know if that's accurate. I think what they need is for the players they have to listen to the damn coach. Do what you do in practice.
Yeah.
And don't they need games like this so when they are faced by it again, they have the intestinal fortitude to say, all right, been here before. Let's do this thing.
Yeah.
All right. We got to take a break. When we come back, I've got some man talk for you. Plus, we got a whole schload of NFL draft, a metric ton schload of NFL draft stuff to talk about. Lots going on out there, kids. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Hi, I'm Steve.
And I'm Felicia.
We're the hosts of the show, Drive Friendly.
With Steve's 40 years of experience, you're going to get the real insider information about the automotive industry. And I'll be interviewing local celebrities and experts so you can be informed and live your very best life.
Laugh and learn with Steve, Felicia, and the gang. You'll be smarter for listening. Drive Friendly, 10 a.m. Saturday mornings on 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
Pack your bags for an amazing trip. And our resort. A short walk away from shopping and fine dining. No. Let's try this again. Honey, I booked the vacation of our dreams. No. Getaway. Yes. Okay, honey, I booked the getaway of our...
Hey, sweetie, I'm home.
Here goes. Hey, hon, I got a surprise for you.
No matter how you say it, your luxury oasis is just a short drive away to Hermosa Beach, California. Relax in one of Hermosa Oasis's beautifully appointed apartment home retreats. Take in our ocean breezes, panoramic sunset views, or stroll along 20 miles of oceanfront strand. All of our beach homes offer fully equipped kitchens, crisp linens, plus beach towels, chairs, and umbrellas, along with cable TVs and wireless internet throughout the home and oceanfront patio. You don't have to wait until summer to bask in the warmth of the California sun. Visit hermosaoasis.com. That's hermosaoasis.com. Save extra with off-season rates. Now, anytime is a great time to get away. Visit hermosaoasis.com.
Hi, this is Bruce Jacobs from my friends and former employers at ProCopy. For over 20 years, ProCopy has provided Arizona companies with the best office equipment available from companies like Ricoh. More importantly, they provide outstanding service after the sale with a 96% retention ratio and award-winning technicians. 3 years ago, they joined the Flex Technologies Group, an Arizona-based nationwide group of companies that share ProCopy's commitment to excellence. So if you have branches anywhere in the United States or just here in Arizona, you can get great personalized service even during the current climate. We use them here at the Fanatic and Money Radio KFNN, and they never disappoint because they remain a local company. They give back to our community by supporting ASU and the Thunderbirds through the Phoenix Open. The ProCopy Foundations has raised hundreds of thousands of dollars. That makes doing business with ProCopy good for your business. Just give them a call at 602 ProCopy. That's 602-776-2679.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic is now your exclusive home for the six-time world champion
Indoor Football League's
Arizona Rattlers.
Tune in to the Fanatic for all of the fast-paced, hard-hitting action.
Listen as the Arizona Rattlers vie for the playoffs and their seventh championship in team history. Arizona Rattlers football, exclusively on your new home for sports. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. And yeah, Steph Curry got himself another milestone, another record, NBA record for threes in a calendar month. 85
Wow.
3-pointers in 1 month. That is...
Wasn't that James Harden's record?
You are correct. He had 82 back in November of 2019 when he was with the Rockets.
Yeah.
And Curry is averaging 38.2 points a game, and I don't know if he can get to MVP status, because the rest of the team. But I don't know. I mean, there's always these arguments, and I wish that they would establish something here. Most valuable player to the team. And I think that should be a team.
Well, don't they have
thing.
that on each team? Like they'll look back at all the stats and all that business and vote a most valuable player on the team?
Sure, I guess. I don't know.
We just hear
do
about
they?
the league-wide one, right?
The league-wide one isn't legit. It's just a popularity contest. And I don't feel like you're actually finding who is the most valuable player. I think your most valuable player in the NBA, all of it should just be who the hell's the best player that year. Most valuable to a team is one thing. Most valuable to the league is just got to be whoever has, the best stats. And that doesn't necessarily mean that person has won a championship that year. It shouldn't be part of the criteria. It should be who played the best basketball, period.
You're absolutely right. LeBron James should have more MVPs.
Wow. No, he's not playing the best basketball. You got people like Harden. You got people like Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
Even look at what he just did. I mean, he's hurt for a bunch of the time, or was he? There's other players that you could make cases for on that. But I wish that somebody would just stop this whole charade and say, okay, here's this prize for this, here's this prize for that, and this is what it's based on. So it's a little more legit a prize.
I don't know.
Just me?
Yeah, I kind of feel it is because look at Giannis Antetokounmpo. He deserved to win it last 2 seasons.
Okay,
the hell just happened? Was that lightning? Did you have an explosion in there?
Did he win?
Yeah, last 2 seasons.
He did win the last 2 seasons, but LeBron should have won last year. Let's be honest.
But again, what were the criteria in which he won?
He was statistically dominant while being on the easternmost
it was
dominant
a vote.
team.
It was a vote, Phil.
Okay. I'm not sure I follow.
Who's voting?
The writers.
Right. Morons. You know, it's just it should be based on statistical factors. That's what it should be based on.
A lot of the times it is.
If you want MP of the year, most popular player, the MPP, there you go. Have a vote for the kids. You want the best player, find a criteria of statistical impact that it has. And if you need tiebreakers, then you start going towards, okay, well, these guys are really great, but this guy, yeah, him and his team, he was able to help get his team to the playoffs. Fine, go with the guy if there's a tiebreaker. But I think it needs to be a legit best player in the NBA, most valuable to each individual team. I don't think you can establish MVP for the entire league the way they're doing it right now.
So then you would disagree with Steve Nash's back-to-back MVPs?
Yeah, probably. Not that I have anything against him. It's a popularity contest, a bunch of moron writers. But statistically, if Steve Nash had the stats in the game that back it up, then yeah, he deserves it. Absolutely.
Well, there is a certain criteria to be within there, Jeffrey. If you look at Russell Westbrook, when he won, he wasn't a part of a top 3 team on either conference. He was, I believe, either the 4th or 5th seeded Oklahoma City Thunder.
They voted.
They did vote, and the reason why he won was because of statistical dominance with the triple-double.
Making it arbitrary, making it just as much arbitrary as holding up a scorecard and putting points on it. I want to see a legit best of the NBA prize. That's all I'm saying. And that's why whenever we get to MVP time and everybody's like, oh, this person should be it, that person should be it. Doesn't matter what we think. It only matters what a bunch of dweeby sports writers think. And how often have you saw that what they do and go, what? Yeah, plenty of times. And so I don't know. It just bugs me. Has always bugged me. King Kitten says, hey, I want a Fanatic hat like you were wearing earlier, Jeffrey. I know. I think that I got to have a conversation with Radio Run about having a bunch of those made for the radio station. Because right now we got the logo hat, the 1580 Fanatic logo hat, but everybody wants that emoji hat, the one that I had made.
Yeah, you were saying, I forget if this was on air or offer. You said that vintage hat is the one that you get like asked the most about.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've had a few more made, just trying to see if I can get the formula just right. Here's what it is. It's like a $5 hat that I ordered from China through Amazon. And I just put the little logo in there and then I adjust the size. And that one I got first, perfect. And I haven't been able to adjust it. The thing is, it doesn't let you. It doesn't let you save your work. So I can't go back and make adjustments. It's like it takes a month because I'll put it in there, send it out, and then I get the hat and I'm like, nope, that's wrong. Well, somebody's gonna get that one for free. So
and it's costing you $5 a piece at this.
$5 a piece to try to figure it out. Yeah. And once I get the formula down just right, though, then I'll order them in mass, with of course the help of Radio Run, and those will be the new Fanatic hats.
I have this is not like serious breaking news, but I have breaking news here. The Atlanta Braves actually started hitting the ball since they started playing the Cubs. They were up 3-0 in the bottom of the first.
Wow!
So Atlanta can hit.
All right, just not against the Diamondbacks,
right? Yeah.
At least we got that going for us.
How about that?
Blissful Hayes says the Suns gave up late in the game against those Nets. Phoenix didn't full court press for some odd reason under 2 minutes down by 10. Monty just gave up and took starters out too soon.
Boy, I mean,
they didn't even try to come back.
You would think, but also this is winding down. So at some point you have to decide on some of these games what hill to die on.
Right?
Is this going to prove something, or can you pull your players out, give them a little rest? A little extended rest as we go into another game later on this week.
10 points is nothing. In any given basketball game, if you tell me that the other team is up by 10 points, I'm like, I'm not worried yet. You get to about the 4-minute mark, then you're like, all right, some stuff is better just be happening here soon, or it is too late. Once you get to the 2-minute mark, 10 minutes, damn near impossible to overcome.
Yeah, you need
sometimes
to be within
it happens.
5. Yeah.
Sometimes it happens, but damn near impossible. So 4 minutes is the now or never mark. 2 minutes is, okay, pull your starters. It's over. Unless it has playoff implications, then it's all hands on deck and you play your heart out and hope for the best.
See, the thing about it, though, is we are still fighting. And for every game we lose, if Utah wins another one, then they pull a little farther ahead of us.
Except for, where do you want to be? Where do you want to be
Hawaii.
in that list?
I'd like to be
of 1 through 8
on a white sand beach with azul colored shores, a bottle of whiskey,
maybe a pool boy named Jorge.
and no, that would be you.
sure,
Me
still.
would be Miss Kim.
Sure.
That's about it. In a hammock.
So I kind of feel like you're better served being somewhere in the middle, not being the number one, and not being the bottom, just somewhere in the middle, just somewhere nice in the middle. That's all I'm saying. If you can't be number one to take on number 8, just be in the middle, nice, comfortable space.
Absolutely, because if you look at it right now, the Los Angeles Lakers and the Denver Nuggets would play in the first round. As a Los Angeles Lakers fan, lifetime fan, that is the matchup that you would want. Especially with the
don't want that matchup.
Yes, you do with an injured Jamal Murray.
Do not. Oh, okay. All right. Well, with an injured everybody on the Lakers, supposedly
they'll be back by the playoffs. Isn't that what you tell me?
Of course they will. Of course they will, Phil. Anyway, so I don't know. I don't know where I want to be in a play. That's one of those other things, isn't it? Oh, if you're there and they're there, oh, there's upset. Oop, now you're gone. Or if you're here and then they're there, oh, that's a harder game. Oh, I don't know. Where is the easiest position to be in the playoffs?
I would maintain 4 to 5, but it really does.
I just said, you mocked me.
I didn't mock you.
You mocked me a little bit.
You were kind of mocky.
You was it mocky?
Yeah, you were a little.
You're
mocky.
agreeing with me
You
now.
want a
but
mock
you were
draft?
mocking me earlier.
I apologize. Just a random mock draft. No, I think it really depends. If you could tell me who the 7 and 8 seed are going to be, who's going to win in that play-in tournament, then I can give you a much clearer picture. But as it stands, I think number 1, possibly. I mean, if you can get the San Antonio Spurs or the Golden State Warriors, you're home free. Because as great as Steph is playing, and yes, he can go volatile, he really hasn't particularly shown that late into the playoffs.
Tell you what, Phil, the Lakers are out in probably 5 games if you get the Utah. I mean, if you get
Forget Utah?
I'm sorry,
Please. Yum gumdrops. We'll take that any day of the week.
I meant to say Nuggets. 888-368-1580.
They kind of do run together. To be
Yum
fair.
yum gumdrops.
Bunch of white guys. Prison Wallet says, have you ever heard the term compare apples to apples? Well, you were comparing apples to planet Pluto talking about baseball earlier, Phil, just so you know.
So you can't compare one sport to any other sport. It's completely unique. There's nothing that translates whatsoever.
The 2 games are too different. You're almost on a better plane comparing soccer to football than you were baseball to football.
Wow.
You can compare basketball to football.
We brought up the S word again.
Then you can compare those things.
Football.
Prison Wallet says, Jesus Christ, Phil, we're talking about baseball. Stop wandering around like an old man with Alzheimer's. Stop comparing things that can't be compared, you effing millennial.
We're talking about
Prison Wallet
baseball.
may have just stroked out.
Yeah, I know. Calm down and just realize that the health of the sport is at stake, and it's better.
Give me a break. The sport is going to be fine. It's been fine for 417 years. It's going to be fine.
Do they have
today,
cell phones for all
moving on.
417 of
No,
those?
you know what? If you're going to pay $40 to go to a game, that's your loss, not baseball's.
And I don't think baseball is going to have people paying that $40.
Oh, please.
Mr. Pringle says, hey, Randy, any way NASCAR can make the racists taller?
The racist?
Yeah, so that way they really stand out in a crowd.
Yeah, I mean, that's easy to pick them out. I mean, that would be a good way to know who to avoid.
Well, I don't know why you would say that about specifically NASCAR.
Yeah, because Big George, that would be unfair.
Come on.
I mean, what are you saying, Big George? You're pretty tall.
It wasn't Big George. I didn't say Big George.
Oh, who was it?
Oh, I don't remember now. Oh, Mr. Pringle.
Oh, Mr. Pringle.
Let's see.
I'm surprised at you.
Large Marge says Bumgardner is probably wondering if that 3-point record would count in February.
Yeah, Bumgardner's going to be pretty mad about that going forward.
Says Steph Curry is the man.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Liberer says, so your show would be voted the best show ever if only all 3 of you wore pina colada colored Speedos. Oh, Mr. Liberer, what the hell's wrong with you? Set up.
God, we needed this.
Average Joe, no, we will never sell 1580 The Fanatic Speedos. We may, just for fun, sell some with Phil's face on them. Just because.
Absolutely, on the front or back.
And here's the deal I'll make with Phil is we will sell those if you never mention Speedos again.
Yeah. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'll be his face in the front and a picture of a potato on the back.
But what of the branding? What
Ookla
kind of
says hi,
brand are we
Randy.
setting?
Who does?
Yeah, Ookla says hi, Randy and Radio Pal.
What's up, Ookla?
Hey. Silly Wabbit says, did Randy just say that he would rather be in a banana hammock?
No.
No, he said he'd rather be in a hammock on
Hammock.
a nice sandy beach.
But a banana hammock does
With
sound
some
nice.
whiskey.
Fish
my
Tank
wife by my side.
says, what if the Suns match up against the Lakers in round one? Do you think the radio station might explode?
Probably.
That'd be a very volatile week and a half.
I really do feel like the Suns would win that. I really do.
Wow, you are delusional.
Am I?
Yes.
Well, let's see if it happens. If it happens,
If
there
it
will
happens,
be bets.
there will be.
There
yes,
will
there
be bets.
Tattoos will be given.
Tattoos? No. I listen. You can't get buried in a Jewish cemetery if you have tattoos. I'm not Jewish, but I like to keep my options.
Yeah,
open.
yes, of course.
Chamoy says, man lawn number 2468. Basketball is the least manliest of the four major sports.
I don't
I'd
know.
be careful there.
Yeah. Go up to Shaq and Dikembe Mutombo and tell him, hey, you're the least manly.
You know what? I have the least manly of all the sports. Now you say of the major sports,
Mm-hmm.
going to say baseball. Sorry, because basketball is a contact sport. Football is definitely a contact sport. Hockey, give me a break. Baseball, I don't think it's unmanly, but if you're gonna rank them, it's going to be at the bottom of the manly sports. So Shamoya, I'll give you that.
You know, I
But
can't disagree with that.
the least manly sport is going to be probably a toss up between cricket and curling.
Oh,
I don't
boy.
know. I'm going to have to think about that. He says faking injuries because the season's too long. Well, if the AC doesn't work, face off the game, get stretched out of the arena. If you touch someone, it's legal.
Oh, wow. That made tons of sense.
I don't know what the hell he's saying there
It's
at
like
the
a
end.
revelation in my mind.
It was probably a voice text just gone horribly wrong.
Yeah.
Baker's Cocky Hen says, LeBron, as much crap as I give him, deserves 10 MVPs by now. And if you think LeBron wasn't the best player 10 of those last however many years in the league, you're an idiot.
And it's ridiculous that he never won a unanimous MVP. That one year when he lost a vote to Carmelo Anthony was
Back in the day,
stupid.
I agree 100%, Baker Cocky Hen. I agree with you in the past. But again, I'm just saying each year should be done the way I described and not by some stupid popular vote. He says, how about I get a Daily Blender hat and something else for my Ricky Bobby finish in the NCAA tournament bracket challenge? Crickets? No, you get it. Tell you what, next time we're at a remote, I'll get you some Fanatic swag, my friend. We're looking to hand out a ton of Fanatic swag next time we were out and about. Large Marge sends a picture that makes me nervous. You're entering a world of pain, Phil. And he sends a picture from Big Lebowski.
Oh, boy.
And if you'd seen the movie, like you promised months and months and months ago,
Well,
Phil,
I never
you and
promised.
me,
I
you
said
would
it's
know
on
what
the
that's
list.
about.
I did watch something, though. What did I watch? I watched
Prison Wallet
something
says-
that was on the list.
Phil's a mockingbird. Nondescript says, Phil, shut up twice. Blissful Hayes says, does Filthy have an orgasm every time Speedos get brought up?
Oh, boy.
We're pretty sure. That's why
It's-
nobody ever goes in the
It's
room with
damn
him.
near. Let me tell you.
Mr. Pringle says the exact same thing. Screaming Eagle says, if you're one of the top 10 seeds, do you not get home court advantage? And is that not a good reason to try to be number one or number two?
What does home court advantage mean when you're at 20% capacity?
Yeah, I mean, I got what you're saying there, Screaming Eagle, but Phil's right. Shamoy says basketball is not a contact sport. Well, it used to be. Now it's a flop tack sport.
Still think baseball's not a manly sport?
No. Now it's starting to come around a little bit,
Yeah.
there, Randy. Now that I think about
Yeah.
whenever I see LeBron fly down for
Instead
somebody-
of a basketball player, you got a whole group of
Yeah.
thespians out there on that court playing basketball.
No, that's the WNBA.
Oh,
it's a Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Just say thespian.
Well, I started my own restaurant because I love to cook, but that also means a lot of greasy pots and pans. And we can't waste time with endless sink changeovers. So we upgraded to Dawn Professional Pot and Pan.
Dawn Professional cleans 58% more pots and pans per sink than the leading competitor.
Less dish soap, fewer changeovers, and more time doing what we love.
Dawn Professional. It's clean. Upgraded. From P&G Professional.
Does your company need bonds? Hi, this is Dave McKee, president of Constructors Bonding, inviting you to learn how our team can deliver better bonding than any competitor anywhere. Our relationships with every major surety get you the credit you need fast, and we never stop working to exceed your expectations. Call me personally at 602-432-5929. That's 602-432-5929 to learn how Constructors Bonding is your solution to better bonds.
Thank goodness it seems like the worst is over, but is your business back to pre-COVID numbers? Hi, Bruce Jacobs here to invite you to take advantage of a great opportunity to promote that you are open and ready to serve with our affordable Open for Business advertising package. You'll only spend hundreds but reach thousands of potential new customers. Just go to 1580thefanatic.com, click the link for the Open for Business package. This offer will not last long. The Open for Business package on 1580 The Fanatic. Now let's all get back to business.
Every time the stock market dips, your 401k and life savings probably dip with it. Yet Wall Street consistently makes profits no matter how the market is doing. What do the experts know that you don't? Online Trading Academy is a leader in trading and investing education that can teach you skills designed to be mastered to generate a second income or build a brighter financial future. Using OTA's patented core strategy, you can learn how the profits are made when the market goes up and even when the market goes down. During these turbulent times, we've designed a 3-hour complimentary class that can help you navigate the markets. To reserve your seat at one of our next classes, call 844-887-2337. Experience lessons from some of our top instructors on topics like enhancing your retirement strategy, capital preservation, and income generation. Be sure to tune in to Retire Young on Money Radio 1510, Mondays at noon and Saturdays at 11 a.m. Right here on Money Radio 1510 and 105.3 FM.
The Fanatic.
David Glender here on 1580 The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. It's the last gasp of what we would call spring. Or do we call this spring? I think we call it spring.
Yeah, well, until it's 100 degrees. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not hot, but I was messing around with my pool there.
Yeah.
And I had to stick my arm in the water to grab the hose for the little vacuum thing.
Right,
And
right.
I was like, "Ooh, that's warm enough to swim in right now." I think.
That's what I miss about. I used to have a place where I had a nice pool, nice, beautiful backyard. Very little maintenance on, cutting grass and things. But I did have to take care of the rocks and trim the bushes. And when you got done and it was hot, you could just jump right in the old dang pool. You know what I mean? And just cool right off.
Yeah.
I miss a pool like that.
Well, did you have neighbors at the pool? Just jump over their fence and
got a
help
neighbor.
yourself.
Yeah. Well, I do. I have one neighbor right next to me. Come over anytime. He says, I'll pour the tequila and you can jump in the pool.
You want to hear a very Arizona thing? And then this is probably going to get me in trouble.
Okay.
But a very Arizona thing. When we were teenagers, we would do fence running. Do you remember? Did you ever do that?
Fence running? No.
Yeah, these block fences. You'd get up there and run across it like a tightrope until you found a pool, and then you ran down the fence. And this is like the middle of the night, so it usually has to be a moonlit night like last night.
Yeah.
And you're running down the fence, and you jump into somebody's pool until the lights come on and they chase you out. And you jump up and you start running down the pool, down the block fence again.
Yeah.
Am I the only one that did that? I thought that that was kind of an Arizona thing, that lots of people did that.
Phil, did you ever do that?
Can't say I did.
No, I
never appealed.
Somebody listening had to have done that. It can't be just me. Because we always were exchanging stories about that when I was in high school. So
no,
unless we were the only ones who actually did it and everyone else lied, somebody out there has to have also done that.
I don't recall ever hearing about that or doing that. No.
Seriously? But you remember ice blocking over at Kiwanis
Remember
Park in
ice
Tempe?
blocking? Yes. And did you ever take your bicycle motocross bike and build a jump and jump into the canals?
I've never done that jumping into the canals.
No,
No,
I've
that
done that.
I feel like that's a good way to lose a bike forever.
Well, no, you tie it to your ankle, and then when you're getting out, you're jumping by a ladder. You
Well,
jump
that sounds
in,
like you're about to drown
wham,
too.
and then you have your bike. Oh, they were very light. They're BMX bikes. They're racing bikes.
That sounds like you're treating yourself like a gangster, and you're throwing yourself into the lake with a cement
No,
block.
It is a gangster.
Yeah, well, it's no different than like when you have your surfboard. You're doing the surfing, and you fix your surfboard to your ankle so you don't lose it.
I don't know. My bike was kind of heavy. I didn't have those
Mine
classic
wasn't.
light Huffies and BMX bikes. I had like a big thing with a shock absorber in it.
Really?
I don't think I
And that
would
was
wanna-
heavy. Yeah.
It was. It
Yeah.
was a heavy bike.
I
Everybody
don't
else
know.
had nice lighter bikes.
Yeah, we had
I'd have drowned.
we had the lighter bikes. I don't know.
Ukla says what you're talking about sounds like trespassing and possibly getting shot, Radio Pal.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that
Yeah.
I was an idiot 16-year-old. So yeah, that did not occur to me at the time. We just thought, he, aren't we clever?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Even back then, there was a good shot of getting shot.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's a great opportunity to be full of holes.
Kyle G says
sorry, what?
referring to cinder brick walls as fences is a pretty Arizona thing, Jeffrey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
He says, can we still send in a list of songs for Friday? What's the email again? Oh, yeah. It's blender at 1580thefanatic.com. And we will take the best 6-song classic rock mix. And that's what we'll use on Friday for Classic Rock Friday. So, yes, Navy Rad sent one in. And Kyle G, you send yours in. And I got to go back through and I star them when they come in and list off some of the other people.
Now,
who sent them in.
are you preparing them, Jeffco? Is that
Yeah, I'll
what
take
you're?
care of it.
Okay.
I'll take care
All right.
Swave Dave says, Jeffrey, did you ever miss the pool when you jumped off the wall? No. I mean, listen, you jump down off a wall. It's not so high you're going to break something when you're 15 or 16. You're made of rubber anyways.
Yeah.
You duck and roll and go in. But if the pool is right there, you just jump right in the damn thing. You don't like go head first and break your neck like an idiot. But yeah, I can't be the only person. Intern at the main event says, I never did fence running myself, but we did have people do that and jump in our pool here in Chandler. See, it wasn't just me. Oh, I feel better now. Dog named Boo says, used to call that pool hopping. You are correct. Papa Mike says, Jeffrey, while tight roping the walls, were you wearing a Speedo? No, Papa
That's a
Mike.
good question.
I'm a man.
Yeah.
Even at 16. Fish Tank says, I'm pretty sure you didn't have childhood unless you were you've taken a playing card and attached it to your bike so it sounded like a motorcycle.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we all did.
I
that.
can't tell you how many $1 million baseball cards I ruined that way.
Yeah, but you didn't know that.
I didn't
Dan.
know that, didn't no.
Good Cat says, random thought. I miss wing windows.
That is very random.
How's a wing window?
That is a window that would open up separately from the side window, and you would have a little latch on it.
Oh,
and
those
you would-
things.
And then you could bend it out like that, or
Oh, like-
sometimes they had
like
a little
Horribly
control on it.
hot fake air conditioning in the car.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. The little, I
Mhm.
called those the little triangle windows.
See, back in the day, you had the wing window. You open that up if you were a smoker, and you stuck your cigarette out and let the ashes go out that way.
Guess what? As the kid who had to sit in the back seat behind my dad,
Yeah.
didn't work. All it did was
Yeah.
ash back at me.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah. There's something else. Ukla says, when I lived in Tejas, it was legal to shoot trespassers after dark.
I'm sure it was. Sure it is here still.
President Wallet says, I jumped from the top of the fence into the pool, almost made it too. When I jumped the top course of block, went back in the neighbor's yard, and I went straight down. Oh, so he's saying he was on the fence,
yeah.
and he kind of to launch himself forward, he knocked over the top layer of brick off
Yeah.
the fence and went right there on the deck.
Aye.
Guess what? That's a risk, and it serves you right, because if I'd have done that, it would have served me right too. Hermanos. Prison wallet. Hermanos. Baker's Cocky Hymns says, hey, did you try the twisted or folded bacon? No, I didn't. I didn't get the rack for it. And then when I made bacon yesterday morning, it was some new bacon. I just wanted to taste this new apple smoked bacon. I didn't want to mess with it yesterday, but I'm going to do it. I am going to do it. He says, I got so drunk once in high school. I grabbed a fence at the top and shook it until it became loose and literally punched it over and over until multiple bricks came out.
Wow.
Not sure how I didn't break my wrist or hand.
Mm.
Okay, so here's what we've learned about Baker's Cocky Hen.
All right.
at a remote, he's not allowed to drink.
Yes.
Because he sounds like an angry drunk. Fish Tank says, this is some great NFL draft analysis. Thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
We'll get around to it, Fish Tank. I don't go to where you work at night and slap the cheeseburger out of your hand while you're working. Why don't you just let me get to it when I want to get to it, pal?
Yeah, we're going to talk about NFL draft quarterbacks whenever we want.
I try sometimes.
Yeah.
Doesn't always happen. Anyway, so before we get to all that draft analysis that we are going to do, I want to tell you about some stupid stuff.
Okay.
Now, a lot of times I try to get cool stuff for the man talk, but this is just dumb stuff getting progressively dumber.
Okay.
And here's the thing. Anytime you think something's stupid, there's more stupid out there. There's
comes
stupid,
in waves.
and then there's stupider. So let me start you out with the first stupid. It's kind of a bizarre thing that I guess, as COVID, we hope starts to dwindle down, all that social isolation and personal madness we've been through.
Yes.
The 22-year-old guy named Josh Swain in Lincoln, Nebraska. And last year he sent a message on Facebook, pretty much anybody named Josh, saying, hey, Joshes of the world, I invite you to fight me. That's right. A big Josh fight, April 24th at noon. And the message got a viral boost. And on Saturday, dozens of actual Joshes showed up to participate in this epic fight. Most of them wore costumes. And when they did fight, though, it was kind of a little bit of a letdown. They only fought with pool noodles. That sort of took a little bit of that became
Wait
stupid.
a minute. This guy he called out all the Joshes. I invite you to fight me. And it was like with
Right.
pool noodles.
Yeah, it was there. Here's the rules. It's like saying, Phil says, all right, Jeffrey, let's fight. Okay, you can't hit me in the face. You can't hit me in the hair. You can't hit me in the you can't hit me all those rules you put on it.
Yeah.
And suddenly here is Phil and I in Speedos beating each other pool noodles.
So
And I
you're
ain't doing
saying
that.
People would pay millions.
So you're saying there's a chance that you would wear a Speedo?
0% chance.
Okay.
What if it's for the kids, Jeffrey?
0% chance. Anyway, so the last Josh standing at
sorry,
the
kid.
end with the pool noodle fight turned out to be a 4-year-old kid. I guarantee you I could kick a 4-year-old's ass.
Yeah.
This whole fight was nothing but a sham.
That was
You
that was
can, but
rigged.
would you?
Yeah.
He got a little Burger King crown. It was cute. And he got a wrestling belt and they called him Little Josh. And it was just stupid. When I saw the video, I gotta be honest, at some point I was just rooting for coronavirus. I
That's
could
the
not
real Victor.
seriously, that was stupid. So this whole big Josh fight, stupid. Pool noodles.
Yeah,
It's-
I could see you saying that.
How far do you think you'd make it into the Jeffrey competition?
Many people would not survive because there would be bats. I actually did go on Twitter when a few years ago, and I tried to friend everybody named Jeffrey O'Brien, even if their spelling was different. Anybody Jeffrey O'Brien, Jeff O'Brien, I tried to friend. I'm like, hey guys, let's all get together. And a handful of them actually did okay, yeah, but the majority just ignored me, and I was very upset about that. So if there's going to be a Jeffrey fight where only I get to be Jeffrey O'Brien, it ain't going to be no damn pool noodles. I'll tell you that much.
Watch out.
It's not going to be like this Steven Spielberg's West Side Story either. No, they're only snapping you're going to hear is me snapping your neck, other Jeffrey O'Briens.
Wow.
All right, so the Josh fight, stupid. Okay, stupid. So here now is something stupider. You go on vacation and you have yourself a great time, and you're like, I want something to remember that by.
Okay.
Well,
Yes, you bring back Jorge.
Sure, you do. A 24-year-old woman named Bree Pritchett, she took a trip to Sedona, went up to Sedona, Arizona.
Okay.
She just wanted to celebrate getting fully vaccinated, and she wanted to celebrate by getting the latitude and longitude coordinates of Sedona tattooed on her shoulder. So here she is right there. There's a picture of her
I
with
got
her.
the latitude and longitude.
Yeah, and she's not messing around because that is pretty big numbers right there.
Those are bubblicious fonts.
I mean, she ain't no small gal, but that is a big tattoo
Okay.
right there.
All right.
What do you see wrong there?
South and west.
Yeah, it's supposed to be north and west. She
Mhm.
has the wrong coordinates.
Yep.
If you actually go there, this is where it's at. In the middle of the damn South Pacific Ocean.
Of the ocean.
Look at this, where my finger is, right
Yeah,
up here.
yeah.
That is America.
Yeah.
That is the ocean.
Wow.
That is America. That is the ocean.
And you will have that for the rest of your life. Enjoy your beverages.
So Bree is a dumbass, and that was stupid. But here's the nice thing, though. She could probably get that fixed. You know? I don't know.
You just white out the S and put an N next to it.
Yeah, just some white out. Just
Get
like
some
a big
whiteout on
blotch
there.
of it.
Yeah.
And like every time she goes out, she'll have to first put on the whiteout.
Yeah.
And then have a friend come along and
you
just
can-
with a marker put it
Well,
north.
no, you can tattoo the N. Just every day you got to white out the S.
That's what I'm saying. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
well, then there's gonna be a space, and it's just not gonna. Phil, you're not helping. All right, so that is pretty stupid, right?
Yep. But there's always something stupider.
Josh fight is stupid.
Yep.
And then girl with the tattoo stupid.
That's stupider.
Well, here's something that's really damn stupid.
All right.
There will be a John Wick TV series coming soon. Okay?
Yes.
Without John Wick.
What?
Oh.
He's not gonna be in it.
Why not?
In fact, it's a prequel to the Continental, the building where all the hitmen go and hang out and they power up, or I don't know what the hell they're doing. It's like a video game. And it's not even got John Wick in it. So how do you do a John Wick TV series with no John Wick? That is really stupid.
I guess so.
That's the stupidest.
You want to hear something even more stupid? The NFL is going to play some games in Germany very soon.
Are the Jaguars going to play all of them?
They'll have to. I hate this.
The Jaguars and Broncos play the whole thing.
Yeah,
Why
send
bring
the
the
Broncos.
Broncos
Let them do it.
Yeah.
All right, guys, 2 hours down and 1 to go. We'll talk draft after this. 1580, the Fanatic.
At Navy Federal Credit Union, our arms are wide open to the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine Corps, Coast Guard, Space Force, and the DoD. All are welcome to join, whether you're active duty, a veteran, or if you have family who have served. We've always got your six. That's why members earn and save $361 more per year by banking with us. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA. Visit NavyFederal.org. Dollar value based on 2019 study by Navy Federal.
This is Aaron Warby, owner of Online Trading Academy here in Arizona. Right now, we're seeing stock market highs in the face of economic lows. Election cycles are notorious for causing instability in the stock market. That's why we just finished developing our newest complimentary workshop, Protection from the Election. This 3-hour class will explore the strategies professional traders use to protect themselves against market downturns while allowing them to also profit from surging markets. Take control of your portfolio in these uncertain times. Register for this powerful workshop offered in Scottsdale, Chandler, and Peoria by calling 844-877-2337 or by texting the letters OTA to 31996. Space is limited and all COVID safety measures will be followed. Again, that is 844-877-2337 or text OTA to 31996.
Okay, you're back to dining out, but there's dining and there's dinnertainment. Get ready for an amazing dining experience like none you've ever had at Kasai Japanese Steakhouse in Scottsdale. When it comes to Asian cuisine, nobody does it better or more authentic than Kasai, where talented teppan chefs create the food, the fire, and the fun of teppanyaki. Choose from over 30 different items and combinations of teppanyaki, Asian fusion, and innovative sushi. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse. It's not just dinner, it's dinnertainment. A memorable dining experience where delicious 7-course meals prepared right at your table with flair. It's a perfect choice for celebrations, date night, or a night on the town. Happy hour is always on fire and offered daily with specials on teppanyaki, sushi, cocktails, and more. Book your night of fun right now. Visit KasaiScottsdale.com. That's KASAI Scottsdale.com or call 480-607-1114. That's 480-607-1114. We'll see you there.
When the doctor told us about my mom's cancer, it made me feel so helpless until I called the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society and spoke with Grace, who answered all of my questions about the disease, treatment options, and cancer-related expenses. Her support and compassion made us feel whole again. Today, I'm calling Grace to let her know my mom is beating cancer. To learn more, visit lls.org.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM. And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
Quiet, people, settle down because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
Yeah, I heard you. I was just trying to figure out why you have a bath towel around your neck.
It's cold.
Thank God for that, because I really thought you were getting down to a bathing suit. Okay, fine, Phil. Remember to bring a jacket. It's cold. You know, you can go up to the front desk area there, and you can drop that down a little bit. You know how? You know how to use
I do know how to
thermostat?
drop it down.
No, the thermostat. You moron.
I know how to drop trow.
You know how to use a thermostat.
It's debatable.
Do you need a grown-up to show you? Because I'll show you, but just tomorrow. So for now, yes, get warm with your towel. It's the Daily Blender, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien. That's Randy White. Phil, shivering beneath a very tropical-looking.
Excuse me?
Is that a? What is that? What is that towel? What's
It's
on there?
are you familiar with the game Halo?
Yeah, but if I could see all of it, is that a Master Chief towel?
Yes, it is. Yes,
All
it
right.
is. Well, it's a blanket. It is a blanket.
Oh, a blanket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can see the warthog right there.
Yeah. Oh, I was deadly in a warthog, by the way. Yeah. Yeah, you got to look out for the microphones.
No, it shocked me.
Yeah, that'll do that sound. It's Okay. Hey, Randy.
Oh,
Yep. Please don't. Just go ahead and stop.
doing the Halo song, man.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. Because I usually would hit click, 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 click to get past that as quick as possible. So
That's too bad. That's the best part of the whole damn game right there.
but that's a good blanket there. I played Halo with my grown son back in the day, and we were deadly. He would drive the Warthog. I'd get in the back and shoot. We would win everything. If we got into a Warthog, it was over for everybody else. That brings back some memories. Hey, Screaming Eagle is on the text line, Randy. He wants to know hey, Randy.
Yeah.
It's gonna rain today?
There is a small possibility of rain showers. However, that's scattered, if at all possible. I don't know if it's actually going to have any precipitation here in the valley. We'll have to wait and see as the afternoon unfolds, but that will go away and it will get warmer as the week progresses.
Sometimes listening to you answer a question about weather is so well done,
Yeah.
where you actually say very little, and it's your way of saying you have no idea. I want you to run for office.
Well, I think
you could in the future actually hold public office.
Thank you, and I accept your nomination.
Thank you. Yes, I nominate Randy for dog catcher.
No.
Where do you live?
No, I don't want to be dog catcher, and in the West Valley, I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to be dog catcher.
What do you want to be?
I don't have the heart to be a dog catcher.
Just catch him. You don't have to actually.
How about cat executioner? No, I don't have the heart to do that either.
Yeah,
Can I be a food sampler? I want to be a
I
food
don't think
sampler.
that's a thing. Well, I'll tell you what.
Yeah,
We'll
West
go down
Valley
the list and try to
food
find the
sampler.
right thing for you.
I could be
to
sheriff.
start your political career.
There's a new sheriff in town.
Yeah, but you actually have to work and do things.
No, I have deputies for that.
And you actually have to have law enforcement experience.
Well, citizens arrest. I can do that.
I think you do. I don't
Do
know.
I get to carry a gun and a badge?
You could carry a gun and a badge
I
now.
was
They just wouldn't be
born to
legit.
carry a gun and a badge.
Chief says, back in the day, the wing windows that we were talking about earlier, he says we used to call them cigarette windows in Texas.
Yeah,
That sounds about right.
That's what I said, Chief. If you would just stay up with us on the damn show here, you would have heard those are the cigarette windows.
Nondescript. He was listening to us talk about me running across fences when I was a kid and jumping into people's pools. He says, actually, us when we were kids, we were looking over fences for empty pools where we could go in there and skateboard. So,
I could see that.
They would hijack a backyard until somebody came along.
Yeah.
Baby Got Dak says, hey guys, trivia question for you. Since we're about 74 hours away from the quarterback heavy draft,
All
which NFL quarterback has been hit the most over the last 2 years? Hint, the number of times is 233.
NFL quarterback's been hit.
Catch up boy. Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes, no, there's no way. He's had too good of a line, especially during the regular season.
Not if you watch the Super Bowl, he didn't.
Well, that's just one game, though. If you're talking about all throughout, I bet it's
Aaron Rodgers?
It might be somebody like Matthew Stafford.
Good. I don't know, baby got Dak. Are you going to tell us the answer or just make us look it up ourselves? We're bad at those things. Please tell us. Silly Wabbit says, you know what you should do? The winner of that Josh fight should fight Jake Paul. You want a 4-year-old boy to box Jake Paul? That's child abuse.
Yeah, he's going to duck the fight.
Oh, he would
just watch.
absolutely. He would. He would beat that Jake Paul guy.
I don't know. I wish. Uklamak says, I bet your radio pal has a new pool noodle down there.
Hello.
All right.
Whoa.
Mr.
now.
Pringle says, how about some pro style talk about the most successful Arizona sports team in the last 25 years, the Arizona Rattlers? Well, I'll tell you what, as we get closer to their season beginning, you definitely will be talking about the Arizona Rattlers. But today is not that day. Baker's Cocky Hen says, wait, so the tatted Bree must be like Kyrie Irving, flat earther maybe? No, just, bad at writing stuff down. Daylight Drew says, hey guys, been a while. Congrats to Gronk's world record. Best catch for the Cats in years.
Yeah, no kidding.
Please pour me a McCallahan 18, Randy.
Will do.
So, yeah, what he's talking about, I'm sure you've seen the video, and I'm surprised that doesn't hurt a lot. Somebody went up 600 feet in a helicopter, and I don't know if they threw a spiral or they just dropped the ball like a bomb, but Gronkowski caught it after on his third try.
Yeah.
Because the first try, a couple, he couldn't quite get his hands on it, but then he went like this for a basket and was able to pull it in. I have to imagine that hurts, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, the velocity of just pinning it down all the way. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I hope today he's okay. He better check his forearms. He's probably got a couple good bruises on there.
Yeah. Well, whatever the case, he's got himself a world record now.
Well, that's fantastic. Good for him.
Not one we thought we knew we needed, but okay.
Oh yeah, listen. Anytime you can break a world record, no matter what it is, Jeff.
Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, there's some world records I don't want to ever hold or try to achieve. And then there's some stuff people say, it's a world record. Nobody cares. You're not doing anything great. But no, it is pretty cool to catch a ball that's dropped from 600 feet.
A football. Yes, a football.
Well, nobody thought I meant
that is the
bowling
greatest
ball.
accomplishment in U of A football in many years.
Yeah, that's about it. 0% anything else. Fish Tank says, hey, what's the over-under on number of dead relatives of the players picked at the draft? I feel like ESPN loves dead relatives for these kids. The hell's he talking about?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about that sad story. And Bob lost his great-grandmother, and he holds her spirit close. And at the draft, he gets weepy, and he's like, it's for you, Grandma. I'm not crying at all because I have to play for the Jets. It's about my grandma. I swear to God.
Yeah.
I gotta go to the Jets.
You gotta believe that's what Zach Wilson's gonna be saying.
We did it, Grandma. Oh my God. King Kitten says, Randy, no executing cats.
No, that's what I said. I don't have the heart to do that, so I want to be sheriff now.
Yeah, as much as I don't like cats, I don't think I.
Don't you think Fourth Dimension I'd make a damn good sheriff? Come on now.
Yeah, I think you would, but I want to hear what Sheriff Tom has to say.
Sheriff Tom
was a sheriff.
He would probably agree with me.
I want to hear Sheriff Tom.
All right.
So if you're listening, Sheriff Tom, what are your thoughts on Randy White being sheriff of where do you want to be sheriff?
West Valley. And just say the West Valley.
I think you have to be of the entire county. I don't think you can just pick a spot.
I want to the West Valley. Just the West Valley.
I have a strong feeling that Randy's first white as official sheriff of West Valley.
My first what?
What?
Your first act.
Oh, okay.
Yes, your first act of action
would
involve a certain newspaper.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I'd shut that place down. I had to shut that place down.
It's a public health violation.
Yeah, that newspaper, they keep showing up on my damn front porch. Another one came this past week, Thursday.
What's it called?
It's a West Valley something. I don't know. I threw it away. But listen,
the penny saver?
I remember the penny saver.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Good Cat says, I want to nominate Randy for director of the Department of Redundancy Department.
There you go.
FedFan says, I want to be ice cream taster. That'd be great. Hefty Lefty says, I want Optimus Prime to fight Jake Paul.
There we go. That's a fair fight.
Who knows how to fight Jake Paul.
All right.
Baby Got Dak says, are you ready for this?
Okay.
the man who has been hit 233 times in 2 years, the NFL quarterback. Surprisingly, Matt Ryan has been hit the most.
Wow.
Russell Wilson coming in a close second. Makes you
Russell
wonder.
Wilson, yeah.
Matt Ryan, maybe better than we're giving him credit for. He's constantly getting hit and under pressure.
Well, he plays on the Falcons.
Remember,
That's why it wouldn't make.
when the Colts were trying to figure out what the hell they're going to do when old man Rivers decided to go on down the driveway. I was never against Matt Ryan coming and being the quarterback. In fact, I might have felt better about Matt Ryan than I do about Carson Wentz, to be honest.
Of
Really?
course, Matt Ryan's a fix now, and he'll even probably give you about
Couple years,
4 years, 5 years max, probably. But Carson Wentz, he's definitely long term. If you're thinking 10 plus years, that's where Carson Wentz comes into play.
No, don't say that. I don't want Carson Wentz for 10 years. Why are you hurting me?
If you have him for 10 years, something good happened. If something bad happened, he's not going to be sticking around for like 3 years. So if 10 years happens, he probably won a Super Bowl at the very least.
Matt Stafford was on the Lions for how many years, and nothing good ever happened there.
Yeah, but did anybody say that Matthew Stafford was the problem there?
So you think that Matt Ryan at 35 is going to be kicking along after taking that abuse? He's going to be kicking along here in 5 years.
I said max 5 years, probably 4 years. He'll be gone.
If I'm him, I'm taking my money when my contract's up and getting the hell out.
Baker's Cocky Hen says, did you guys listen to Michael Irvin on the morning show with Helly and Bruce there?
No. Can't say I did.
Didn't catch it. Good Cat says, what about being in charge of selecting the proper cigar and whiskey for the fourth dimension at the next 15
There we go. How much does that pay?
Nothing. It's just something we do ourselves.
What if it comes with free whiskey? Would that suffice?
Somebody's going to pay. Unless I bring my own bottle. Mr. Pringle says, speaking of all-time quarterbacks, who is the all-time shortest quarterback in Cardinals history?
Oh, man.
It may not be Kyler Murray.
Whistle him now. Just whistle him now.
No, whistle him. Let's go, Phil, go look it up. See who the shortest quarterback is. Now, it's going to be on record, not of honesty, because I don't think Kyler Murray is 5'10". I think he's 5'8". But still, let's just go by what is actually listed on the bio.
Why do we got to pick on my guy?
By the way, if you guys want to hear Michael Irvin on the morning show there with Dale Hellestray and that guy Bruce, what you do is you go to 1580thefanatic.com and you go to listen on demand. You go down to the morning show, and I guess according to this, it's in the third hour. Or they may have a clip that's already just put up there for you guys to grab. Or
Jeffrey?
you'll have to listen to the whole thing. May God have mercy in your soul.
Jeffrey, remember that movie, Forgetting Sarah Marshall?
Yes.
Matt Ryan's actually married to Sarah Marshall.
I don't remember who played Sarah Marshall.
Well, he's actually married to Sarah. His spouse, it says right here, is Sarah Marshall.
I forgot her.
Yeah, how do you forget about Sarah Marshall when you're damn married to her?
It was the guy from How I Met Your Mother who needed to forget. I didn't need to remember. It's none of my damn business.
Well, now we know what happened to her because he forgot about her. She ended up here married to Matt Ryan.
Well, congratulations. Good for them.
You don't find that weird at all?
No. No, not
I mean,
really.
for me, if there was a movie made about my wife forgetting Sarah Marshall,
yeah.
I mean, why would I marry her?
Well,
forgetting Miss Kim.
Right. It'd be about Kim.
Right.
So I don't know if there's any Kim movies. So I think you're
I'm sure there are a lot of Kim movies. Yeah.
Kim Possible.
Yeah. Well, there's Kim Possible.
Yeah, that's one.
Yeah, that's one. Superhero.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Which is more than there are Jeffries, right?
Mm.
Hey, all right. So do you have the heights, the shortest quarterback in Arizona Cardinals history, Phil?
No, I just have the list of Arizona quarterbacks, and I can go.
Just come back to me when you know the answer. Why are you making it like you knew the answer when you don't know the answer?
I didn't say a word.
You might as well just say Kyler
You had
Murray.
that. I just found something. Look.
All right, is that something I ooze?
No, not usually. Creepy Bush says, "Hey guys, when's the fantasy football draft? Late August, as late as we can before the actual season." Chief Skull says, "Jeffrey, are you now married to Carson Wentz long term in the Colts? Get yourself a Wentz Colts jersey."
Wow.
No, no, and no. Boomer Sooner says, "Kevin Kolb is Kyler's height." Fish Tank says, "Always wanted to be a beer taster by day, bed tester by night." All right. We got to start a petition or something. Good Cat says, "I will gladly buy Randy and Jeffrey a double whiskey neat at the next remote."
Nice.
Phil, you get a cup of dishwater. Well, he won't be there because we're keeping him safe there in the control room.
He'll be hermetically sealed back at the studios.
Since the whole thing with the Suns, I feel like too many people might try to take a poke at him. Baker's Cocky Hen says, did you see this crazy story? Yes, we heard about this, about the woman who got swallowed by a python. Yeah. And it was nasty pictures, according to Phil, which I refuse to look at.
All right, we've got Hall Erickson.
Yes?
Not sure, but he started for the, I believe, the Chicago Cardinals.
Okay.
And he was 5'9".
5'9", which means he was 5'7", which means he is shorter than Kyler
Well,
Murray.
no, wait. This is back in the day when there was no fudging. Everything you did was on the up and up.
Okay, then he's taller than Kyler Murray, which makes Kyler Murray the shortest quarterback because you know he's 5'8". I'm not making that up. I'm not making that up. I'm not being mean when I say it. There's no way in hell he's 5'10".
I don't know what kind of gain does he get out of lying about his height.
Who?
I'm not disagreeing with you. Please hear me here.
I don't even know Kevin Kolb.
I'm just saying, what kind of why would Kyler Murray why would he lie about his height? I don't know what advantage that gives him.
Well, at the time, he was worried about going first in the draft. And so he didn't want to give any of those indicators to the, make his draft stock fall.
Whenever teams are going up against and planning and game planning against the Cardinals, they always are aiming the tackle heights. They have it at 5'10" as opposed to 5'9", so that way they're just that much off.
Aiming the tackle heights.
You really do talk like an offensive lineman, Phil.
Wow.
You really think that the linebackers and the safeties and the quarterbacks are like, all right, guys, we got to practice tackling this height because we got this guy.
Jeffrey, I was just trying to help you.
It's not helping.
Just trying
Blissful Hayes says, Randy, I bet Mr. Pringle is referring to Cardinals quarterback with the shortest temper then. Who was the biggest anger ball quarterback for the Cardinals, you think?
I don't know.
I don't remember them ever playing with any kind of
vitriol.
Yeah. She Skulls Burner says, did you see the article on Kyler Murray saying that they had better get better at the details? He then basically listed everything as if they sucked at all things on offense, not just the details.
Well, I mean, I almost agree with him. Why are we having 8-8 season? You had opportunities here to win other games. You lost, and why did you lose? You lost because you probably didn't, execute the small things in a game you need.
Why would you execute Kyler Murray?
I didn't say
Ukla Mock says, take a poke at Phil. That's funny. Hefty Lefty says, you sure that story didn't say woman swallows a python? Nope. We read it twice.
Yeah.
It's not what it said.
Check their sources.
Hefty Lefty says, hey, are you a heavy pepper cigar guy, Randy? Or are you more of a leather and chocolate fan? Or is it depending on what you're pairing it with? I would like to hit a cigar bar with you when you're comfortable.
Well, it kind of depends on what you're going to pair it with, I believe. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what? That's a good point, Randy. We should talk to the sales goons and say, hey, we want to do a remote from a cigar bar.
Absolutely.
We were getting ready to do stuff like that before COVID started happening.
Yeah.
Remember that? We were talking about that?
Yeah.
Silly Wabbit says, he can get more rides at an amusement park by being a little taller. That's why he didn't want anybody to measure him in public.
That's a whistle.
Boomer Sooner says Cards traded for him from the Eagles, Kevin Kolb. He had one good year and came here, got exposed. But he did get paid.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I know,
Kevin
Mr. Pringle.
Kolb, yes.
It did sound like he said that they would execute Kyler Murray.
No.
He did not mean that,
No.
but it sounded like that. Okay, listen, we got to start talking some draft here. Let's do that when we come back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Come to Summit Male Medical Center to take control of your love life and your health. A recent investigation of men with low testosterone showed more than half were diagnosed with depression. That's depressing. 89% of the men in that study had erectile dysfunction, and 69% had a low sex drive. Now that is really depressing, but it doesn't have to be that way. Come let Summit Male Medical Center put a smile on your face and your spouse's. Call 480-398-1000 or go to summitmalemedical.com. Come see our all-male medical staff, the most experienced and knowledgeable staff that deals with ED, PE, and low T that you'll find anywhere. We've been in the Valley since 2008, and we've helped tens of thousands of guys and indirectly their loved ones achieve happiness with a healthier life and the newfound ability to rekindle their love life. Don't wait or hesitate. Come get a smile on your face. Get happy. Call Summit Male Medical Center, 480-398-1000 or go to summitmalemedical.com. Kiss the blues away.
Hi, this is Bruce Jacobs from my friends and former employers at ProCopy. For over 20 years, ProCopy has provided Arizona companies with the best office equipment available from companies like Ricoh. More importantly, they provide outstanding service after the sale with a 96% retention ratio and award-winning technicians. 3 years ago, they joined the Flex Technologies Group, an Arizona-based nationwide group of companies that share ProCopy's commitment to excellence. So if you have branches anywhere in the United States or just here in Arizona, you can get great personalized service even during the current climate. We use them here at the Fanatic and Money Radio KFNN, and they never disappoint because they remain a local company. They give back to our community by supporting ASU and the Thunderbirds through the Phoenix Open. The ProCopy Foundations has raised hundreds of thousands of dollars. That makes doing business with ProCopy good for your business. Just give them a call at 602-ProCopy. That's 602-776-2679.
Last summer, Arizona experienced record heat. Hottest summer in Arizona history. 145 days of 100+ degrees, 53 days of over 110. Summer heat is starting sooner and it's lasting longer, and your power bills are more expensive every year. Take control of your power bills. Call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar is locally owned and operated. They use top-of-the-line equipment, and they're A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com. Harmon Solar is an REC certified solar professional.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. We are everywhere you need to be.
Listen on 1580 AM and 99.3 FM for the Phoenix metro area.
If you live in the East Valley, dial up 95.9 FM to listen in. Stream us live everywhere at 1580thefanatic.com.
Or download the 1580 The Fanatic Sports app from the App Store or the Google Play Store.
We are 1580 The Fanatic, your new home for sports.
Dave Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. You can hear us in 99.3 FM, 95.9 FM in the East Valley, always at 1580thefanatic.com. Yeah, we've been threatening to talk about draft stuff pretty much the entire show, and I think now is probably the right time to start to do that. Before we do, though, I want to remind everybody that we mock your drafts. We will not be doing a mock draft on this show. What I do every year is I do set up, a list of who I think is going to go in the first round, and then I compete with the teenage boy here, and whoever gets the most right wins a box of football cards. That is the tradition here at our household. But outside of that, there's no point to a mock draft. You don't know what is going to happen. If you think you know what is going to happen, you are probably wrong. And that is just the way it is. There will always be surprises on draft night. It's fun to do with your buddies. It's fun to do, with a pal. But I just don't think that it's very entertaining to sit here and just sort of pontificate over who we think is going to go in this round or that round or this round or that round. It's more interesting to me, I think, to talk about, what will this team maybe do? Well, who's going to try to trade up and do this? What's the story on that player? Where would they maybe come, in the draft? Because who knew Fields was going to drop the way he did? There's certain things like that. There's more interesting stories than me going, well, here's what I think Tampa Bay is going to. Nobody gives a damn. The only part of the draft that really matters is your team and, say, the top 10. That's it. After that, it's a team sitting there figuring out who is the next best player. Am I wrong?
No, I think you're 100% right. I think what happens is these teams have already figured out kind of in their war rooms, if you will, and put on their draft boards who they want to see. And if that person's there, they'll go get them. But other than that, I mean, I think it gets to a point where teams just kind of pick, later on, like the Cardinals are going to, they should pick the next best available player at that position, according to what they've seen and researched.
Can I tell you what else I don't like? I don't like these stories I see as I look through the different sports sites. Redrafting the 2020 draft. Why? That's the dumbest damn thing. Redrafting any draft is a dumb exercise. How bored are you that you're going to go back with present day knowledge and redraft a draft?
I just find those stories are just grating to me. Again, am I the only one, or you guys agree?
Well, I think there are a lot of people that enjoy all that going through the process now, knowing what you know. But yeah, I don't.
Well, because think Jeffrey, I think that it does do a little something to help you realize. Because obviously, whenever you see, I don't know, Lamar Jackson have an MVP year, that's pretty easy to tell. Okay, so he should have gone a little bit higher. But whenever you're looking like at an offensive lineman, maybe cornerbacks, even I think Denzel Ward for the year that he came out with all those quarterbacks, he was a tremendous pick, and he was even at number 4. But I don't know if the general public, the general NFL community knows just how good of a pick that was. So it helps bring enlightenment and knowledge to everybody on who's successful.
To what end to go back and second guess what has happened? Yeah. Everybody is great at the draft when you already know what a player turned into or what has happened. This is why I always say I don't get too bent out of shape after the draft. I might see like, oh, why the hell didn't you take that guy? That guy was available.
Right,
why didn't you take that guy? But after that, you can't second guess what you do in a draft, because at the time it was the right decision to take this guy or that. Matt Leinart back in the day was absolutely the best decision the Cardinals could have made. They had no way of knowing he was going to be a bust in the NFL. Guess what? Trevor Lawrence can end up being a bust in the NFL. And guess what? That is not a bad decision to take him based on all the information you have. Why second guess?
Well, what happens if you are a team? I'll flip it on its reverse. What if you're the Bears and you traded up to get Mitchell Trubisky when you still had access to draft, Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes? Maybe there's something there where.
Well, the Bears are dumb. We knew that.
Well, sure.
We knew that when it happened. Bears fans cried out in agony. It was like the scene when they blew up Alderaan on Star Wars, and suddenly Obi-Wan Kenobi is on the Millennium Falcon many, many light years away going, oh, holy crap. Who did they just take in the draft? Oh my God. It was just, it didn't make sense because as you watch that, we all lay people knew what was still ahead of him was better. Why did the Bears do that? And so, when a normal person can see that and go, the hell? Okay, that's something. But in general, these guys, the general managers and owners, they get together, they make their pick. I don't second guess who people take in NBA. Well, you could have had Michael Jordan. You know what? At the time, they made the right choice versus what they needed. And I can't second guess that. When a player turns up to be a bust, you can't second guess it. But if you already knew, you already had an idea, oh, wait a second, that player would be better. And that is a common knowledge thing. Now you can hold those people's feet to the fire, but I never would get salty. And then listen, I've been very lucky with the Colts that Chris Ballard is just 4 drafts in and A+.
Yeah, kicking it. Yeah,
absolutely,
kicking it all the way
A+.
home. Yeah.
But even if he got a couple wrong, I'm not going to give him a hard time. And I wouldn't even give Steve Keim a hard time, except for when it's obvious.
Yeah, that's
who
the thing.
knew that Josh Rosen was going to turn into the giant pile of turd that he was. I mean, I didn't think he was going to be the giant pile of turd. But I also, Randy, you remember, I was critical of that, saying, well, I don't think he's the guy. I don't think he's the guy you want to be taking. But I had no idea how bad he'd be.
Also, Jeffrey, though, it kind of goes back to reevaluate your general managing position, because a lot of these teams and a lot of these players and a lot of fan bases don't know to what level to be fair with how good of a job they're doing or how good they're not. Yes, of course, whenever it's a free agency marker, we all know and realize, okay, this player can do something and maybe they did it. And then depending on the time, maybe they signed him too old, or maybe they signed him beyond their physical production or for too much money, what have you. That one's easier to track. But whenever it's coming straight from the draft, and you have a team like the Cleveland Browns draft Trent Richardson like a running back 2nd overall, and then immediately trade him to the Colts for there's stuff like that to where you say, man, that was just really bad. And that's how I can judge and fairly monitor how good or how bad my general manager does.
Well, my point is this. I wrote this down, and this was actually my preparation for this entire segment right here. And it's right there. I hate redrafting the 2020 draft stories. I hate that. There's no point to it. It gets you nowhere. Let's talk about now. What the hell's going on with Fields? Was it the realization that he has epilepsy? Is that why he's plummeting in the choice of quarterbacks? Was it something that happened at a pro day? 49ers are like, okay, we're down to Mac Jones and Trey Lance, and that's it.
Well, that's what they're putting out, though, Jeff.
They don't have any reason for misdirection when they're at number 3, unless they are trying to get somebody to trade up and they trade back.
I think, again, I hate to try to predict or forecast what's going to happen, but I don't think that Justin Fields. I think that's just a non-issue at this point. At this point that you are in the draft, having seen this guy work 2 different pro days, you've gone out and seen him in person. You pretty much have already made up your mind what you want to do. So I don't think there's going to be any. At the top 4, I don't think there's going to be any movement at all. It's just going to be boom, 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 boom.
No, you're wrong about the Falcons.
I am never wrong, Phil. You need to rephrase that.
You are incorrect about the Falcons?
No, I am never incorrect. You need to rephrase that.
You are miscalculating on what will happen with the Falcons.
Maybe.
Okay.
Okay, so why is he not wrong?
Why?
But whatever it is you said, he agreed with
miscalculating.
Right. Why is he miscalculating? Because here's what I let me just before you answer. Let me just say, Jacksonville taking Hairboy.
Yes.
You know that. I know that. We all know that. The Jets are taking who? Oh, Zach Wilson. So then San Francisco. You think they're taking a quarterback? So it's going to be Mac Jones or Trey Lance. Fine.
I think it'll be Justin Fields.
Yeah, why would they misdirect on that though? Why would they say
they went and saw Justin Fields twice?
So what? They have every indicator is that he is not part of their thinking. Period. People with inside
not
information.
In Vegas. Vegas, it still has all 3 of those quarterbacks at the same odds.
He has gone down in the even Vegas odds quite a bit from where he was. He's
from where he was to like at the end of the season. Is that what you mean? Because yes, he has gone back in that regards. But from last I checked, all 3 of those quarterbacks were still head to head with the same odds to go at 49ers pick.
Every indication is that he's going to plummet down. And I don't know who the next team is that's going to take a quarterback. Atlanta, I don't think they're going to take a quarterback. Either San Francisco or Atlanta is going to end up with Pitts. Okay. Cincinnati, but I don't even know what the hell they were doing. Who gives a crap?
Yeah,
they're
not going
quarterback.
Lineman. Yeah, they're very safe.
Right. Miami, I don't think they're going quarterback.
No,
Detroit, maybe. Maybe Detroit ends up with Mac Jones or Trey Lance, depending on who the 49ers take. And then after that, who needs a quarterback? The Giants?
No.
Denver. Oh, I'm sorry. Denver. Well, no, sorry. Carolina is ahead of you in line.
Yes,
so
but
Carolina will take whatever the best quarterback is.
No,
left,
they won't.
right?
They already got Sam Darnold, remember?
They've already said they're not completely sold on Sam Darnold.
Yes, but again, if you're Carolina and you know that you're not getting a quarterback, what are you going to say? Hey, we want a quarterback. So that way everybody trades up.
Right.
All 17 quarterbacks eligible in this draft. They hope every single team drafts a quarterback in front of them. So that way they have their pick of the litter. Every quarterback that's taken ahead of them is better for them if they know they're not taking a quarterback. So therefore, they are going to not take a quarterback and take whoever's left, whether it be Jamar Chase, Kyle Pitts, maybe even a top defensive talent.
Pitts won't be there, but I'll tell you what, a quarterback will, and they will take a quarterback, and then they will trade Sam Darnold. Whoever loses in the quarterback fight is they're going to try to trade him off after they take a quarterback.
No, that would be complete mismanagement. Why would you trade a 2nd round pick for him?
Well, it is Panthers.
What?
Just saying.
I mean, even if it is the Panthers, you cannot be that naive to just think that, oh, we'll trade Sam Darnold. Okay, now we'll trade him again and still get at least what we returned. Why?
So when the dust settles, there will be a taker. I'm just saying on Sam Darnold.
Oh, well, yes, but not for the exact same amount. That'd be even more egregious than Josh Rosen being sold for pennies on the dollar the next year with the Cardinals.
Sorry, Tuck. Tuck says, as the only Bengals fan who listens to your show, I care, Jeffrey. Sorry, Tuck. Sorry. I mean, you've already got your quarterback is what I was trying to say. I wasn't trying to say who cares. I apologize for that.
Yeah, you're going to get Penei Sewell or the guy out of Texas A&M, the tackle.
Hefty Lefty says Atlanta might be looking to trade Julio's contract and pick up the best receiver at 4. They don't have enough cap space to sign their draft picks even now. Well, here, All right. So if Atlanta does not get a quarterback, which you still have Matt Ryan sitting there, do you trade Julio's contract backwards? Meaning you trade back in the draft, and part of that deal is they have to take Julio Jones off your hands, and plus give you some other guy or something. I don't know, some sort of convoluted trade so somebody else can move up to number 4.
I don't think you even need to do that, Jeffrey. Julio Jones is not as much of a contract dump as Jared Goff was. If anything, Julio Jones will have some legit takers. I mean, if I'm the Ravens, maybe I don't give you a first round pick, maybe what his true value is, but I would still certainly give you a fourth, a fifth, something in that line. Even though he is a little old, his potential that he flashes year in and year out is absolutely stellar, absolutely worth trading a valuable piece for.
Chamoy says there's no inside information on the Niners front office. No one knows what they're doing. They're the most tight-lipped front office out there. And yet Peter King has things to say about that.
Yeah, I know. Everybody has something else to say about that. Ian Rappaport, anybody that you follow, Adam Schefter, everybody
any
has
of the trilogy there, any of the holy trifecta of NFL, Schefter, Rappaport, Peter King, they have a high percentage of being right on that. So Boomer Sooner, I think I'm sorry, whoever said that, I'm sorry. Boomer Sooner said, I think Fields' work ethic is in question.
No, that was a couple weeks old. It was, I suppose, somebody erroneously put that out. I forget who it was. Put that out that said that he's the last guy in, first guy to leave. And then Ryan Day, his coach, came out immediately. I think even Urban came out and said that's completely wrong. I've had that problem with some people in the past, probably alluding to Dwayne Haskins. But I've had that problem with some people in the past, but that could not be further from the truth from Justin Fields.
Roll Tide Ryan says, Randy, gotta say, love the goatee. We also need a weather report for our football practice tonight.
Well, I don't know if I have much different news than I had earlier. Clouds tonight, low temperatures, slight breeziness, and a small chance of rain. We don't know exactly where yet. Let me look at the Doppler radar, see if I can bring that up here from the 1580 The Fanatic Weather Center. Chief Meteorologist Randy White reporting. I don't see any rain clouds currently in the area. Small little hit just north of Scottsdale. Everything else looks pretty clean as far as rain goes. They are predicting a small chance of rain, so you never know if they're just going to form up. But for the rest of the evening, should be very pleasant. 100 degrees by Friday and mid-70s for your overnight lows. Welcome to summer in Phoenix from the 1580 The Fanatic Weather Center. Chief Meteorologist Randy White, back to you, Jeff Cope.
Thank you, Randy. And as Sting said, Roll Tide Ryan, heavy cloud, no rain.
Yeah.
Baker's Cocky Hen says, get Julio, Fitz, Green, and Hopkins all on the same team, and the Cardinals will have the 2015 All-Star receiving team.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah.
Is there any room for Julio Jones on the Cardinals?
Absolutely not. Not with the cap room.
Not with
we
the
got
cap
room
space.
in the Colts.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
There.
Yes, you do. See?
Yeah.
He's a valuable piece.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind him there. Horgon says, Jeffrey, amen. Mock drafts are stupid on steroids. And by the way, as a Trailblazer fan, Sam Bowie over Michael Jordan still hurts. Still a killer.
Yeah.
One giant miss. I was leery of Sam Bowie.
Yeah. Nobody kills the Rockets for taking Hakeem Olajuwon first overall, but it's Sam Bowie that's
that was kind of
bigger.
Weird. Yeah. Box of Screws says making bad draft picks is acceptable. It's when you compound those mistakes by making more mistakes that you have a problem.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's talking about Steve Keim again.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Pringle says, can someone please pour some instant concrete in Phil's mouth, please? Jesus, that would kill him, Mr. Pringle. What the hell's wrong with you?
Come on.
I mean, I would maybe put a shovel in, but not like the hook up the back of the concrete mixer.
Right.
That'd kill a guy.
Yeah.
Busley says, congratulations to Jamie Boggs, the new athletic director at Grand Canyon University.
Hey, I saw that report. Yeah. Yeah.
Who was the old guy?
I don't know who the old guys was, but congratulations to Jamie Boggs. Yeah, she was named permanent athletic director at GCU. So good for her.
Excellent. All right. We must take a break, I am being told. So when we come back, we'll do a little more draft talk. Sorry we got started so late. It's all Phil's fault. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
I'm Cisco Miranda, owner of Miranda Delivery Service. As a business owner, my job is to provide the best quality service for our customers. Affinity Technology helped us reinvent our business processes, using technology to make us more efficient. I didn't know I needed technology consulting, but my ROI has been off the charts. Affinity Technology has saved us more than 80 man-hours a week and has helped me get back to what I do best, focus on my customers. Visit atechaz.com, that's atechaz.com, and see how better technology processes can help your small business.
Everybody, Mark Asher, back to tell you about my friends at Valley Medical Weight Loss. I love this company. I've used them. I have friends that have used them. A ton of weight has been lost in a quick amount of time and the right way. That's the important part. Look, they have 3 Valley locations, Tempe, Glendale, and Phoenix. So one is close to you, and they've been doing this for well over a decade. And right now you can get your first week, $31.95, absolutely free. Just mention Money Radio or mention The Fanatic, and it is on them. 602-441-3305 or valleymedicalweightloss.com.
Hi, I'm Steve.
And I'm Felicia.
We're the hosts of the show, Drive Friendly.
With Steve's 40 years of experience, you're going to get the real insider information about the automotive industry. And I'll be interviewing local celebrities and experts so you can be informed and live your very best life.
Laugh and learn with Steve, Felicia, and the gang. You'll be smarter for listening. Drive Friendly, 10 a.m. Saturday mornings on 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
All across the nation, we are here for our communities.
We're doing our part to get supplies where it's needed in order to fight COVID-19 together.
It feels good to be out there to assist our community.
I would like our friends and family to know that your National Guardsmen are always ready and always there.
Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the Arizona Army National Guard, aired by the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
Last summer, Arizona experienced record heat. Hottest summer in Arizona history. 145 days of 100+ degrees, 53 days of over 110. Summer heat is starting sooner and it's lasting longer, and your power bills are more expensive every year. Take control of your power bills. Call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar is locally owned and operated. They use top-of-the-line equipment, and they're A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com. Harmon Solar is an REC certified solar professional.
How do you create certainty with your money in uncertain times? Hi, I'm Ference, host of the Your Personal Bank Show. In this low interest rate environment, most financial tools are generating extremely low returns. We have companies who are currently paying 6% plus dividends and have for the past 25 plus years. Let's have a conversation. Contact me at yourpersonalbank.com or tune in to the Your Personal Bank Show Tuesdays at noon or Thursdays at 1 on Money Radio.
The Fanatic.
David Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. And all right, so the 49ers reportedly are going to choose between Mac Jones and Trey Lance. I don't know why they would do any misdirection when they're sitting at free, but hey, you never know. How about this for pressure, though? Shad Khan, the Jaguars owner, is like, the number one pick will define the Jaguars for the rest of my life.
Wow.
Because he knows he's old as hell, and this is like his last good shot at seeing something good happen before he's dead or too old to appreciate it.
Well, he should hope that it defines him, because Blake Bortles would be a horrible way to go out.
Listen, you know what? He's still a billionaire, so he has that going for him. But when it comes to his team, he just wants something to go right. Something. I mean, the Jaguars had a couple of years of being respectable in that division with their defense.
Just one.
Yeah, you're right. 1 year being respectable in that division with their defense. But Trevor Lawrence is supposed to be the ray of golden-haired sunshine that beams through the clouds and illuminates the Jacksonville Jaguars into the future. Boy, now I really, A, hope he's right, and B, hope Trevor Lawrence never hears that, because who needs that kind of pressure? I mean, that's not fair to do to a guy. What are you doing, Con? What are you doing? Why would you do that to him? That's not going to help.
Well, haven't you heard though? What's his name? Trevor Lawrence. He doesn't feel the pressure because he doesn't. Football isn't the end all be all to his life. He doesn't. He could care less if he retires tomorrow, whatever.
You know what? He's full of crap. The minute he is drafted, all the pressure of that world is going to come crashing down. Somebody's going to tell him what Shad Khan says. Now he's got Urban Meyer in his first year, and it's like, boy, you better make me look good. There is so much pressure that is pushing down. And if he's not feeling it, then Trevor Lawrence is a brainless bimbo. Seriously, how do you not feel that pressure? Now, the great ones rise up to meet it and greet it and take it on and win. Here's a question. The Jaguars have the tools that Trevor Lawrence is going to need to do anything?
To succeed in like year one, or are you saying going forward?
Well, year 1, 2, or 3. I mean, who the hell is catching the ball for him? I don't even remember.
Lenal Schalt, I believe. And then, of course, DJ Chark.
Okay. So nobody. Yeah. That is not really cool of Shad Khan to say and put pressure on Trevor Lawrence, and they haven't really fully formed that team yet.
I get what you're saying, but let's let it happen first. This kid, although he's strikingly handsome, classically handsome, is that what you want to call him? With the long hair, seems to have his
like a girl.
Seems to have his act together.
Jesus, Phil, just because somebody says somebody's handsome, you don't have to pop the boner.
He's got
I don't have to, but we do.
He's got all the tools to be an NFL superstar. The bottom line is that this is a number 1 overall pick in the NFL. Yes, this is a impactful pick for the Jaguars. And yes, everything is completely different there. You've taken that team and stripped it completely down. To say this is going to be your legacy, Shad Khan, this will take you in to the afterlife. This will be your shining moment.
Let me translate for you. If I die miserable, it's your fault.
Well, I don't think Trevor Lawrence is taking it that way.
That's what he's basically saying. If I die miserable, it's your fault.
I was going to say, was that Sheriff Khan? Is it's like a mixture of the two?
I don't know what he sounds like. I've never heard him actually talk out loud. I know he doesn't sound like that.
I think he's British. I think he's got an accent, a little British accent.
Mm-hmm. We're good. I think the point has been made. Boomer Sooner says, Jeffrey, are you back in the office now? I mean, back to normal? I would be, but I was up very early. So this is the nice thing. COVID has taught us that there are ways to be very productive. And sometimes if I have to stay in one place, I'll stay at home. Sometimes I'm coming in. So I do what I want. So, but in general, yeah, we're back. Mr. Pringle says, does Phil put out on the first date?
Yeah, I do put out a welcome mat. And then I say, hey, let me get that door for you.
Large Marge says Murray carried a college coach in his first year. Bidwell's not going to live forever. First overall, but it's the Jags. More pressure on Kyler. Okay, there's a lot going on there, Large Marge. Hefty Lefty says, like Jesus turning water into wine, touchdown Jesus will turn losses into slightly closer losses for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Well, there's no doubt about that.
A good cat says, Randy, I need a triple knob Creek rye, please. Pour me a drink. Didn't the Jags have some good seasons under Steve Berline?
Oh yeah, well their initial seasons, I remember they beat the Broncos in like a championship.
Yeah, when they're expansion team.
Yeah, an expansion team with Tom Coughlin. But it wasn't. Again, it was short-lived.
Fish Tank says, to be the best Jaguar quarterback ever, he just needs to play better than Leftwich and Brunell.
Yeah,
that seems doable. Blissful Hayes says, was Jaguars owner Khan neighbors with Hank Hill? Yeah, I don't know what he sounds like, guys. Roll Tide Ryan says, Phil, is that a blanket? Seriously, bro.
It's cold in here, people.
It is.
I'm wearing a light windbreaker.
Again, let me repeat. Now, I know you all think it was me. And yes, I do like it cold. But even when I was there last week, I was like, it is damn cold. I got to get that building maintenance guy to come back and read. Because I told him, hey, just put these at 73. He goes, yeah, but how about 72? That's even better. That's why I like it. And I'm like, yeah, me too. And I just kind of got intoxicated by somebody letting me turn the AC down lower. And I realized that was 73 is the sweet spot. And I promise we will get these all back up.
I think you need to leave it where it's at, because very soon it's going to be extremely hot outside. And with all the windows in this building, it's going to be hot in here. Remember last year?
Right.
I think you leave it alone for now. We can
Okay.
always put clothes on,
Yeah.
but God help us if Phil takes clothes off.
You know what? You
Good
raise
point.
that temperature up.
Yeah.
It's a
I want to
good
be
point.
sweating by the end
Yeah.
of this show.
No,
Get a sweater, Phil.
Yeah.
You're gonna just wear a sweater.
Yeah.
That's
There'll
not
be
the
no
only thing
sweating.
that's going to be sweating.
Baker's cocky hen says Julio Jones is great until you have him in fantasy and he misses an entire season.
yeah, well,
One league last year I had Michael Thomas round 1, Julio fell to round 4, and I was so
Oh.
excited. Oh, that did not work out well.
no.
Well, it worked out for the weeks that you did have him, though.
Mr. Wilbur says, here's an idea for your first remote broadcast. Let's do a remote where there's organized leg wrestling in Speedos. Wilbur, you can say that because you're blind, and that's not fair to the rest of us with perfect
Yeah.
sight. None of
Yeah.
us need to see that. Shame on you, Mr.
Yeah.
Wilbur.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a man with innovation in his
No,
mind.
no. Mm-mm.
That's a man who wants to see if there's any Braille tattoos on Phil. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Chief Skull says, if the Cardinals draft linebacker D-line, I'm going to burn my Cardinals flag. Okay, they need offensive line if they want to get better at the damn details.
They need that kid out of USC, that tackle out of USC. I've been watching the stuff on him. Hey, he would be a nice pickup, I think, for us.
Well, they would be doing themselves a disservice if they were to go on the D line. Even their defensive tackle shot is pretty average. And of course, with the addition of J.J. Watt and Chandler Jones coming back, that's probably one of the stronger portions of their team that they won't need to address.
Papa Mike says, why were the Cardinals 8-8? Coaches play calling. That was the biggest reason. Okay, and I'm going to counter with that and say, why were the Jaguars sucky? Well, because they don't have any good players.
No, but I'd say 8-8 is actually far more a better indicator about whether or not it was a good 8-8 or a bad 8-8.
Well,
that can
listen,
show more coaching than a way
Right.
lesser team with just less talent.
We all saw the talent on that team, and we were all a bit puzzled on how some weeks would go.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's absolutely coaching.
Yeah.
When you say it, you're right, Phil. When
Yeah.
Randy says it, he's right. When I say it, I'm right. We're all right. Kingsbury has one more year.
Yeah. Not all 8-8s are the same. That 8-8 is not the same as the year before Coach
No.
Mike Tomlin getting that team with no Ben Roethlisberger
And-
to 8-8.
I get it. Everybody's like, well, it's better than it's been. Yeah, but that's not even the
that
point.
is-
It
that is
could have
such
been
loser
better
talk.
than even that had it been done right. Baker's cocky hen says, you make it too warm and there's a lot of sweat coming out of those assless chaps.
Yeah, well, yeah.
As things get sticky, I know Ron has a leather couch in there, and you do not want to have a meeting with him.
He only wears those when he's riding with his biker.
Yeah,
gang. Like,
yeah.
just leave Ron alone. All right. So, oh boy, before we run out of time,
yes.
we'll talk more draft tomorrow and the day after that. You guys know we will. But before we do anything else, it's time for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back to the year 1961. In already the 11th game of the season, Roger Maris finally hit his first home run of that season in the New York Yankees' 13-11 victory over the Detroit Tigers at Tiger Stadium. The fifth inning blast off of Paul Foytak began the New York's right fielder's historic quest for the single-season home run record. He would later attain that, 61 home runs in a single season, a record that stands to this day. Don't challenge me on that. Don't challenge me on that.
Don't challenge you?
61 runs in a single season is a record that stands till this very day. If you take out all the guys taking steroids. That's right. Anybody who has more than 61 home runs in a single season took steroids. Thus, Roger Maris still has the legit record on that. Fight me.
I'm not fighting you.
Phil.
You can have it.
Oh, wow. Hooray. I thought I was in for a fight. I left minutes left on the show just to have that fight.
I don't think Phil is a Barry Bonds fan.
Yeah,
All
no,
right.
I would
I
love
thought
to have
he was
him on
gonna
my
be-
team, but I'm not a big
Steroids
fan.
made the game better. Yeah, I thought you were going to do that. All right. Well, I don't even know what to do when we all agree on something. It's kind of weird and creepy.
Is that our first all agreements? I feel like that is.
We've agreed unanimously on man law in the Manstitution
true.
as it pertains to treating women right.
Yes.
We have done that. So I'm proud of us for at least that. So, all right. Well, we have a little more time to keep talking some draft stuff. So let's do that. So what can the Falcons get for a Julio Jones trade? What do you think is a fair return to the Falcons for Julio Jones?
Well, the 49ers had to give up 3 first-round picks, I believe, in order to get up to where they were. So you have to imagine the Falcons aren't starting anywhere below 2 first-rounders and maybe even a second for where they're going, because even regardless of who the team that trades up is taking.
There's a lot of different things that could happen here. Somebody could just try a trade directly for Julio Jones, not involving trying to take the Falcons' number 4 pick. It could just be, hey, we want Julio Jones. We'll give you X, X, and X. So forget about where they are in the draft. What is an appropriate return for Julio Jones leaving the Falcons?
Julio Jones, I think he's somewhere in the 2nd to 3rd round range. It depends on where you fall. If you're late in the 3rd, whatever. But I think if you were to get a second would definitely get you Julio Jones, I believe. But if you got a 3rd rounder, maybe you have to pair that with a 3rd and a 5th or something else, because part of the thing to take into this equation is that he does have 3 years, $38 million roughly left on his contract, which is doable for the wide receiver market as it currently stands, but it is still a significant bump on what you have in your current cap. So you're not only trading for just Julio Jones, you're also trading that contract, which then you would have to refinagle around your entire roster around.
So the Falcons lose the Falcons. I don't know what the hell I'm saying.
From the South, the Falcons.
Falcons there, they give up the Julio Jones, who's their premier wide receiver fan.
Oh, it's it was too good.
When I was going through puberty and my voice would crack, nobody knew, because I would just bust into some weird voice. Like I'd say, like, hey guys, you want to go over to the cafeteria there and get us some Beatles? Well, let's bring that Chuck wagon around here and eat some lunch. They all thought I was just doing a joke. And I was just like in my head going, oh crap, that was close.
Yeah, you just rode that wave to victory.
Yep.
But their backup right now, Calvin Ridley, who starts on the opposite side of Julio Jones, will definitely fill in. He was a premier talent last year, and he showcased that.
Roll Tide Ryan says, for Julio, I would do 1 decent player and a 2nd round pick.
Yeah, even that sounds about right. Depends on the player, but sure.
Fish Tank says, what about the Patriots jumping up for a quarterback? You can guarantee that is going to happen. The rumblings all through the NFL are the Patriots are knocking on doors and asking questions and doing what they can. So, yeah, I'm surprised we didn't hear more about that earlier. But you know how Bill Belichick works. Quiet, clandestine.
And mumbling.
Cheating, those sorts of things. Baker's Cocky Hen says, Barry Bonds with a pool noodle might fight you, Jeffrey. Oh, I can take him.
Yeah.
I can take him with a pool noodle, that's for sure. All right, guys, I'm sorry if I missed your text. That's it for us. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 p.m. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.